Uy, welcome mga lods. Idol Trisha, tapos Jolas. Tara. Idol Aussie, welcome. Hindi ko pa napopost yung stream natin. Nandito na kayo. Welcome. Townhall tayo ngayon, no? Pero kukunti pa lang yung audience, no? Kukunti. Pa-confirm mo kung okay lang yung audio natin, mga lods. Para dire-diretso yung pakikinig natin mamaya. Okay lang ba yung audio natin, mga lods? Share natin sa BCH, no? Share natin. $28 audience pa lang. Ba't ko konti? 8 million viewers. Welcome mga lods. Loud and clear, sabi ni Let's Play. Thank you lods sa pag-confirm. Sana saglit lang tong no? Itong Town Hall. Para matikman ko na yung niluto kong munggo. Maulan dito mga lods, maulan. Kumusta? Dinaanan ba kayo ng bagyo? Wag ako Aussie, 3 asawa mo kamo nung last live ni LCRREN. Idol Aussie talaga. 3 na nga asawa mo. Dadagdagan lang naman, Idol Trisha, baka gusto mo. Hintayin lang natin yung Town Hall, guys, ha. Hintayin natin. Idol Aussie talaga. Hello, idolo, makikinig lang, nagmamaneo. Uy, ingat, Idol Aussie. Ingat. Paano yan naka-voice activate yung chat mo? Nakakapag-chat ka pa. Grabe ka naman, Trisha. Advance mo. Magkikipag-friend pa sana eh. Oo naman, Idol Trisha. Nag-high lang naman. Masyadong advance. 2 minutes? Masusunod ba yung schedule? Kukunti pa lang tao dito ah. Yun, dumadami na. 42. 2 minutes? Kukunti pa lang, no? Hindi tulad nung nakaraang Town Hall. Nandito na si Narayan, eh. Pwede bang i-mute tong music nila? Eh, pwede, no? Kaso baka may kwan, eh. Merong importanteng music na eh. Tignan natin yung chat, no? Mag-chat din tayo. Chat din kayo dun, guys. Pwede rin kayong tumambay dun habang nakatambay dito sa atin, no? Present, sabi ni Idol Shampoo. Welcome, lods. Dito na lang tayo tumambay. Sa mga mahinang magkuan dyan, no? Mahinang mag-English tulad ko. Dito na lang tayo. Nandyan si GH, oh. Tambay here. Nagkasakit pa. Malas. Sayang. Idol GH, magpagaling ka, Idol GH. May sakit daw sa Idol GH, guys. Wala namang pasok kahapon ha, Idol GH. Paano ka nagkasakit? Lumabas ka pa rin kahit may ulan? Idol GH. Sa mga hindi pa nakakapanood dun sa mga bagong content na Idol GH, guys. Merong Axie Chismis, pinaka-importante. Tapos syempre importante din yung mga recap sa mga bagong cards, no? Mga updates. Mga blood, yung tawag dito, yung explanation ng Blood Moon, explanation ng mga card balances na dyan. Yan na yata, guys, yan na. Nawala na yung music eh. Let's check it out.
Hello everybody. Let's give it just another minute or two for everybody to funnel in.
Yung host pala dito, guys, si Ryan, no? Ryan.
How you doing, Zozer? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, can you hear me or not?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
10 million? Sige, okay lang.
How you doing?
Marami naman na
Great,
tayo.
man. I'm excited to hear the news today.
Ibabalance kaya yung Leafy? May bababago kaya sa Poison?
Oh my gosh,
Sa
I hope
Leafy?
everyone in the chat is ready. This is gonna be a big one.
126. Big one daw, sabi nila, guys. Big one. Baka may mana-nerf. Ibabalik yung damage ng Topaz, guys. Abangan natin. Ano yung mga gusto nyong makita, guys, na i-nerf nila? Or i-balance nila, no? Kasi malamang sa malamang bukas na yung start ng Season 5 eh.
He's raising
Hello po, Trisha Luxin. Uy, pati si GH nag-hi, oh.
There we go.
Hindi lang si Ozzy. Yan na, guys. Dumadami na tayo. Tambay din kayo dun, guys.
Gotcha. How you doing, man?
Habang nakatambay din dito, no?
Doing good. Excited to be here. Excited to chat with you.
Idol Aki, good morning. Sabi na Idol Aki. Idol Kelsey, welcome, Lods. Idol Kelsey.
We're doing good.
Traffic kasi kaya may time mag-chat,
Everybody, so we
idolo.
can go ahead and get started here.
Mag-i-start na sila agad, 155 pa lang.
Season 5. Townhall
Okay.
For Axie Origins. I am Ryan, and I am joined by Zoser and Cruz. Would you two mind saying a few words about yourself and what you do at Sky Mavis?
Check natin kung sino nandito, no? Victory nandito.
All right. Yeah, I'm Zoser. I've been at Sky Mavis for a little over a year, and I run the live operations for the game. Origins,
Start na, guys. Start na.
which right now is basically just the events.
Nag-i-introduce na
Some of the
sila.
progression changes. So things like contests, login rewards, fortune chests, all that good stuff. Pretty much just the fun stuff. And yeah, I love
Si Zoser
it. I
pala
also
yung may
play
token ng
lots.
mga
You guys
rewards,
probably
no?
see me inside Origins. If you ever see me as Zoser with my little Ronin logo in my border, that's me. And, feel free to duke it out.
Yung mga weekly rewards, daily rewards. Missions.
Yeah, my name's Cruz. So I've been with Sky Mavis for, I don't know, 8-9 months or so. Working in product manager. With
Product
the
manager
team.
naman si Cruz.
Zoser gets to do all the fun things. I'm kind of in the weeds with the development team, with the engineers, with all the tech people, trying to make
Maru, welcome. Kaniel, welcome.
holistic view on what Origins is, what Origins should be, and how
Wala
to
kayong
get there.
pasok, GH? Ba't ganyan yung logo mo? Wala ka sa office.
We are all of the Origins people, so excited to talk shop.
Mag-comment lang kayo, guys, sa yung mga reaction nyo.
Wonderful. Now, I'm sure everyone here...
Ano kayong mga
is ready to get
bagong
started.
update, no?
So let's head into the meat of it. We have had a
Yan na, start na,
decently
guys.
long off-season. Now, I wanted to ask, what are your thoughts
Oo nga, ang
around
haba ng
how
off-season
long
natin.
the off-season should last? And of course, when will Season 5 start?
Masyadong mahaba.
So the off season, we always talk about it. We don't like it being
Make
long.
it longer,
But
sabi ni
there's
Edo
a lot
Mac.
of reasons why it has to be long. A lot of reasons I don't want to bore people, but we're building a lot of development infrastructure for. We've hashed out the battle, but I've teased in previous town halls that we're building a lot of new experimental game modes.
Experimental game modes, guys. Take note.
progressions, functionalities within the game, and that takes a little bit of time to cook.
Dinig nyo ba
And
sila,
the
guys?
seasons,
Dinig nyo
can't
sila?
really ship them while the season is happening. So there's a lot of things that happen during the off season behind the scenes, which makes it a little problematic that it has to be so long. But this season, we've tested a lot of interesting things in the off season that hopefully kept people excited. With the buy-in brawl, with the invitational, Winston and the esports gang have been doing a lot of great work, keeping excitement going. And obviously, one big thing that we shipped in the off season this season is Axie.
Dinig nyo ba sila, guys?
I've been
Pa-confirm.
talking about it at length. Well, maybe we can if people are interested in. So there's a lot of things that are going on that kind of require this one to be a little bit longer. But the season for season 5 will be starting. Should be starting tomorrow. Tomorrow, I don't know what it is in UTC, but tomorrow at this time, whatever time zone you're in, is when
232
starts and
viewers.
when season 5
Audience.
should
Medyo
happen
mababa.
shortly after. So
Wow.
hopefully people are excited for that one.
All right, everybody. Season 5 starts. And,
Dito si Idol
approximately
Karakute.
24 hours. So
Si Champion
we're looking at
nandito. Si
July
Thiban ba to?
25th at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is really exciting.
Oo pala, gabi sa
Now,
kanila, no?
I
Guys,
think
gabi sa kanila.
it's
Umaga sa atin.
The opinion is fairly split among most people, whether we
Salamat
want
sa pag-confirm,
long
Idol. Let's
off-seasons
play
or
game.
or short off seasons. But I think everybody can agree that we'd rather have a good new season and wait a little bit longer than rush something that isn't quite ready, right?
We want it long,
Yeah,
sabi ni
so
Idol Ido Mac, yung
further touch
off-season
on that,
daw.
like, we've
Ano comment nyo,
kind of-
guys?
With the community and with people at Sky Mavis, we've decided that from season 1, we make minimal, if not zero, changes during the season. I know there's been a lot of discourse about this, but we are sticking to that, at least for the foreseeable future, that we don't want to rock the boat while it's in motion, while people are having too many things. I know there's a lot of questions for what off-season is. Maybe we'll add more clarity around that, but definitely, yeah, to your point, Ryan, the sanctity of the season is still something that we prioritize and value very heavily.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the season is starting tomorrow.
Uy, tomorrow guys, narinig nyo yun?
I'm sure
Bukas.
everybody wants to know,
Nice,
are we
nice,
going
nice,
to be
nice.
expecting any more balance changes before
Oo
the
nga,
start?
may balance change ba?
We will not be. So what we have we've talked about, what we've posted, that is going to be it.
Wala na daw guys, so wala nang balance change, yun na.
Shipping tomorrow, and we're
Yung mga nakabukas yung marketplace dyan, no?
What we get is what we get.
Bili na.
We've had some iterations.
That's it
and
daw, that's
we're pretty
it.
confident this is going to make for a pretty exciting and fun season.
Yun, no?
Obviously, do we
Pwede
think
na
it's
tayong
gonna be the most
mag-scrim mamaya,
efficient
wala nang
balance?
babaguhin. Hindi na babaguhin yung
that is,
yung tawag
and
dito.
We'll copy them, but
Leaf over potion, Idol Aussie.
Yeah, so this is what we're going to be going with.
Leaf over
Right.
potion meta guys,
That's
hindi na
exciting.
babaguhin.
That's exciting. So everybody's got a lot of practice. They're hope you've got your teams ready. 'Cause in
Leaf
approximately 24
over
hours,
potion.
Everyone's going to be duking it out.
Tapos yung Forest Rat, wala na, hindi na
AXP,
babaguhin.
I know you said that we weren't going to talk at length about it, but I'm sure a lot of people are super hype about specifically part upgrades. Now, I'm fairly certain part upgrades aren't coming in Season 5, but are there any interesting interactions that we will see in the near future with AXP?
Yeah, no, it's a good point, and we should definitely spend a little bit of time to talk about it. So if everyone here doesn't follow Shade, Shade Jeff K, he talks a lot about it. He's kind of the vision holder and the product holder for what Axie XP will be doing in the future. Obviously, Origins being the biggest Axie game right now.
Anong comment nyo dun guys? Anong comment nyo dun? Wala na daw balance change, oh. Okay lang ba sa inyo?
Conversations happening for what AXP or Axie XP looks like.
Parang nakakonsentrate sila sa AXP, no? Tapos sa tawag dito, parts upgrade.
To get AXP and also a method to use
Uy, Idol James, nakahabol. Welcome, Lods. Tambay tayo dito sa Townhall.
In the Axie universe right now. And so there's going to be a lot of exciting news to come from there. As far as what it does
Wala na daw balance change, Idol James. Safe na yung poison mo.
Your on-chain personal NFT Ronin Axies, they will earn Axie XP. You'll level them up, and that'll eventually be get into different body part upgrades. So the body part upgrades, you've seen probably a lot of the art for it, but as far as the utility, that isn't set in stone. We're still looking for a lot of ideas for what it could be. Development hasn't started on what that looks like in Origins, so there's still blue ocean of what it could possibly be doing.
Goods pa ba ang Jinx? Goods pa naman, Idol Trisha. Lalo na yung optimized, no? Yung maraming discard. Parasite tapos Garishul. Alis muna sandali, breakfast muna. Sige, Idol. Sige lang.
Leverage this brand new pioneering idea of upgradable NFTs and what that looks like in game.
Talagang upgrades, no?
Pretty much one of the
Gusto nila. Nakatutok sila sa upgrades.
Like
Get well soonest, Idol GH. Sabi na Idol Aussie. Oo nga.
All we know is that Axie XP is the future. We have a bunch of ideas. We're still having a lot of internal conversations for what makes sense and also what.
Expect ko man-nerf ng konti yung Rise and Ruin. Na-nerf naman ng konti, Idol James. Nabawasan yata yung damage, no?
It gets very complex when there's so many different games leveraging the same shared system. How do we balance those things? How do we make sure that incentives are aligned between the games and the Axie holders?
Yun, nasabi ni Idol Nick Stave, Vinoki is me. Mukhang lalabas na rin si Vinoki.
Rest assured, we're talking about this almost daily. We have some cool plans, but for
nagkasakit yan si Lods GH kasi nag-celebrate ng 25th birthday niya ng todo. Oo nga, no?
Hopefully coming in the near future. And yeah, we're
happy birthday pala kay Idol GH, guys. Birthday ni Idol GH. Happy birthday. 18th birthday ni Idol GH, guys.
With the future of this tech.
So pinag-uusapan lang nila dito yung parts upgrade.
So it sounds like there's
excited daw
a
sila sa parts
happening
upgrade
behind the scenes, but we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for anything concrete. Now you did mention a little bit about possibly earning a little extra AXP, maybe in the form of an event. I know a lot of people have been speculating about something like that because of the about because of the level up contests. So that's definitely something to look forward to. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are also very curious about.
Ano na balita, Lods? Wala na daw update, Idol Gray? Kakapapasok mo ba? Wala na daw balance change. Tapos bukas na daw talaga.
What's going on with the weekly missions?
Ito nga guys, yung weekly missions, may AXS na, no? AXS.
First thing is the changing of the time.
Pero sabi nila MAXS, no? Hindi AXS. Malamang konti lang tong mga to. Konting AXS lang.
It says it ends in 4 days, and it's probably just gonna end in 20
Melee
days, and
AXS.
You're just gonna get a new one, so just complete everything you can. The reason we want to move weekly missions instead of doing Sunday to Sunday is Origins kind of runs on a Wednesday to Wednesday schedule. If you think about it, depending on your time zone. Well, 24 hours from now. So for some people it's Tuesday night, like me. Other people it's Wednesday. That's the way our
Parang sinentralize na nila sa Wednesday lahat ng schedule. Kaya pinalitan Wednesday to Wednesday na yung missions. Weekly mission. Yun, after 50 years, season 5 na, sabi na Idol Gray. Ay, mini pala, hindi melee. Thank you, Idol Art Dice. Mini AXS, guys. Hindi AXS yung weekly.
Inside the weekly missions.
Pero kung AXS, di mas maganda, di ba?
I want to get AXS in players' hands in Origins that are not just able to compete on the competitive seasonal leaderboard. So, obviously, for the first 4 seasons, 100% of AXS that has been given out in Origins has been just on the competitive seasonal leaderboard. And we kind of want to change that and see as an experiment how that can look differently. So I would invite you to head over to the view only.
Ganun yung reasoning nila kasi daw yung AXS na rewards dun lang sa leaderboard. Kaya maglalagay din sila ng AXS sa missions, guys. So hindi na lang sa leaderboard, no, pati sa missions meron na. Okay lang para may pang-enhance, pang-level up sa Axie. Oh, tama, Idol Maru.
Estimates because for weekly missions, it's really hard to know exactly like how many players are going to complete a weekly mission, right? We've done a lot of maths and we're trying to get as close to this as we can.
Yan, sabi ni Idol Art Dice, 1 mini AXS is equal to 0.1 XS. Tama ba? Oh, tama. Kasi 1,000. Basta 1,000 MAXS equal to 1 AXS, guys.
Some for live ops as well. So the Fortune Chess event, which was pretty cool, at least in my opinion, last season, which gave out SLP and other things. Now we can start putting AXS in those.
Nice.
That feeling of like, you know, you just hop on.
Hindi lang SLP, no? Meron na ring AXS. Or MAXS. Sa missions, guys.
Should be a really cool feeling. As opposed to AXS just being like, I have to play this game, you know, every day for 14 days and grind it out. And that's still cool, and we still have a good chunk there. But we want to see if we can put in other areas too. And then contests, we're going to allocate 7,000 AXS as well this season. So in some of the contests that we run, you can look for AXS, probably in the form of leaderboards, but not to say that we can't. There's some in the milestone if we're not careful. So kind of let's break down the
leaderboard rewards na buff ba? Wala pa yata eh. Wala pa announcement. Sana pag matapos to, no? Sana may announcement na.
Let's see if Emmanuel has any thoughts on this, because these are some pretty big changes for AXS and whatnot. And
final announcement.
Digest and see if we have thoughts from other people.
Okay, tignan natin yung binabasa nila.
So you nailed like the big main points. A lot of it is that we are taking a very hands-on approach with what tokenomics looks like in Origins and in the Axie ecosystem in general. Like we can't just rest on our laurels. Like what worked before doesn't necessarily work today and won't necessarily work in the future. So what is the best way that we can leverage what we have in the ecosystem to reward people in interesting and fun.
Tinanong ko kung babaguhin yung Atias Blessing reset para sabay sa daily reset. Walang sumagot, sabi ni Idol James.
To Zoster's point, this should we're going to be very excited to hear people's feedback on what this looks like, on different methods of what AXS, like the identity of what it is, how it relates to AXS/MAXS.
Mas maganda rin yung ganito, guys, no, para yung engagement ng players.
Features and ideas in the future for how
mas gaganaan silang mag-grind kapag merong AXS sa rewards.
Axie-infinity shards from the get-go is all about rewarding the people who contribute the most to the Axie ecosystem, and there's many ways to do that, right? Being the most competitive and grinding out the most is just one way to do that. And how do we really align all of us?
Mag-take note tayo, guys. Baka may collab kami ni Idol Sensei mamaya eh, sa video niya. Pero let's see.
For everyone.
Take note lang natin yung mga napakinggan natin ngayon.
I didn't really add anything there.
So, season 5 bukas. Wala nang
that
update.
explains a lot
Balance
of
change.
what we're thinking about these charts. Did you post the thing yet?
Yeah, I posted the
Parts
seasonal leaderboard
upgrade.
as well, so they can see the 85,000 breakdown.
AXS
Oh, yes.
weekly
Yes.
missions.
And as y'all know, the AXS outflow, we don't. There's a much larger conversation of what AXS per season looks like and how that stems and all of this fun tokenomic strategies. But ultimately, yeah, this is what we're trying for this season. By no means are we committed to doing what we're doing in season 5.
Ito yung tinatanong mo, Idol Trisha, oh. Ay, Idol Kelsey. Pinost na pala dito.
This is what we're gonna do, and we're pretty excited to see how it changes behavior and how it changes kind of the cadence of excitement for people playing the game.
Wow, that's huge. To me, that sounds extremely exciting. I can imagine there's going to be a lot of people throughout Season 5 who will now have the opportunity to breed their own Axies, to experience parts of the ecosystem that they previously weren't able to access. So that's, I don't know. For me, that's extremely exciting. But
So, nandito lang
see how it
naman
goes.
tayo.
This is an experimental.
Nagrarank no
an experimental
1,000 to
process.
3,000.
Now, besides MAXS,
One
are there
AXS,
any other
parang
key
kumonte, no?
changes to the missions system?
Parang kumonti.
Yeah, so I know what's on a lot of people's minds, which is, okay, we're putting MAXS inside of missions.
Parang bumaba.
People immediately go back to the classic days where there was SLP and they think, oh God, but isn't this just going to be, bringing in bots and all this stuff? So, we have to combat that a little bit, which obviously right now, even in the current weekly missions, there is SLP. But for AXS and some mission changes, let me go ahead and just paste those now so we can kind of...
Top 1,000. 2.6 AXS na lang. Sa Rare Era. Epic Era 4.7. Mystic Era 6. Oh, ba't nawala? Nawala sila. Nangyari.
Okay, so the daily missions...
Yun. Ito yung daily missions naman, guys.
We're finally putting a Tia's Blessing as a mission, which to me is a big deal. I've wanted this for a long time. This serves like a dual purpose.
May Atias Blessing na sa missions, guys, oh.
Because I know there's a lot of people that play Origins like myself every day, and like you just might actually forget about the Atia's Blessing. So this will be a nice reminder. That way, if you're on Origins, you're like, oh, on my list of things to do today, there's a Tia's Blessing. Let's make sure I do
Get
that.
Atias Blessing
And
one
it also
time.
serves as an incentive. So if you're playing Origins every day and you're consciously not doing a Tia's Blessing, you might have like an additional reason now to even want to do it because now there's a mission.
Hmm.
It should serve kind of a nice dual purpose.
Medyo hassle lang kasi yung Atias Blessing kapag naka hard wallet ka eh. Lalo na kung marami kang scholar, no? Medyo hassle. Sana ayusin nila.
Ranked battles you had to win with the different Axies. So that's the daily missions. Let me go ahead and post the
1 Blitz Arena, 2 Non-Blitz Arena, 3 Rank Arena Battles, craft 3 items. Parehas lang, parang yung Atias Blessing nilagay na, bago. Beastar Aquatic or Dusk, Plant Reptile Dawn, Bird Bug Mech.
has been added, and also receive SLP from ranked battles has been added.
Ito naman yung weekly missions.
Like a surface level, like what is receive SLP from battles? Well, what this actually means is that you have to have, of course, Axies, because that's how the Ronin level works, right? So you can't actually earn SLP from battles unless you have.
You know, Atias Blessing, 2 times, 3 times, 5 times.
And as we
Madami ding honor medal, no?
the game, it gives players more option to use non-NFT Axies.
Oo, tama.
Only earn SLP with NFT Axies. So it just encourages.
Kasi pang-upgrade eh. Pang-upgrade dun sa mga starter Axis, no? Honor medals. So, pwede.
Let's just say, how are players
Pwedeng pang-motivate din to.
in order to get this MAXS.
Lalo na lalabas yung mga bagong starter Axie, no?
Tia's Blessing is obviously a contribution because you're having to pay a gas fee.
Basa nga tayo ng chat.
Of course, have your Ronin wallet.
Hey, Idol Irvin, welcome.
But the other one is actually craft.
Baba pala LB price. Oo nga, Idol Irvin.
Which I won't make you do because I've done it. If you add up all the
Siguro yung reasoning nila dito kasi ilalagay na maglalagay na sila ng AXS sa daily tapos weekly missions, no?
Craft Ronin items.
Kaya siguro binaba.
Crafting Ronin items of course takes SLP. So
Idol Harvey, welcome. Gandang umaga, Idol. Sabi ni Idol Harvey.
All of these plus craft Ronin items.
Baba ng LB rewards. Oo nga eh. Doon lang naman tayo nagre-range eh. Doon sa top 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, no? Medyo mababa. Sana mataas yung weekly tapos daily missions. Yung makukuha ang AXS.
And that is, so it just goes to the very end. So there's like a new milestone. That's like
Ito naman yung milestone, guys.
and you can look up above to reference how many points you get for each thing. So you got a lot of options, and then you can now earn just 50.
200 honor medal.
So it's just a little bit because there's a lot of players. So it's
Meron ng weekly milestone. Di ba sa event lang nakikita to?
that and fortune chests and contests and stuff. You know, you can start accruing this MAXS. And now let's talk about that E really quick. 'Cause I
Ano
don't
tong
wanna
E?
say the because it's so, like,
EMAXS, ano to?
meaningless in the grand scheme of things, but just
50
so
oh.
you guys know,
Parang mataas.
there's like two types of MAXS technically on the front end that you guys are going to see. There's going to be the MAXS and the EMAXS. They're the exact same value. Everything's the same. This is just
Exact same value daw.
We want to have it separate so that
Ah.
when we look at your guys' accounts, and also when you guys look at your accounts, you kind of know how much is coming from the leaderboard, which will still be the old MAXS, versus how much came from like events, which is why we put the E. And events in
Okay.
this case is actually like missions, contests, fortune chests. So you will see that differentiator in case you want to.
Para lang makita kung galing sa leaderboard yung AXS.
Will still convert it to AXS.
Itong events MAXS. Okay. Same lang yung value. Pero 50 parang mababa. Weekly yan eh. 50 per week.
That's awesome. I love seeing the mission system get fleshed out.
Pero pwede na rin, no?
It's
Pambili ng mga
looking really good.
floor axes,
I
tapos
like what I
mga
see here.
tawag
But I do
dito.
wanna jump
Runes
over
and charms
start
or
talking
charms.
about runes and charms. Now they are very
Pwede
clearly
na rin to,
a core part of
MAXS.
each season and how the meta archetypes develop.
Mag-react tayo dito, react tayo.
To the rune and charm distribution
Philippines.
economy this season.
Maganda so far, maganda. Maganda yung mga announcements, no? Maganda tong EMAXS na to, events.
So
Events AXS.
backstory to the
Uy, Ralph! Gunhuran, welcome, Lods.
because the choice box is gone.
Anong mga bago? Wala na daw balance change, no? Idol Ralph. Tas bukas na daw yung start ng season 5.
We kind of were like, hey, what if we just like did an experiment? Like, what if every single person in the game
Makinig muna tayo,
had a free
guys.
rune of their choice at the start of each era? And I say everyone, like for all intents and purposes, it's almost everyone. It's like everyone in the leaderboard, right? So it was like at the rare era, everybody gets a rare rune, and then at the epic era, everyone gets an epic rune of their choice. In the mystic era, everyone gets a mystic rune of their choice, and you
Maganda
always
yun.
have one, and that's how it is. And we were just like, let's just try this. It was even my idea. A few other people, Phil, you know, we had all these people involved. Keep in mind, this was before we had like live ops. This is before we had Mystic Moment. This is before we started giving out a whole bunch of rewards through missions. So the rewards have scaled up a lot since that experiment. So now it's sort of like new experiment time. What if we don't give out this free rune and charm to every single person at the start of the era?
Bakit?
Instead, encourage more crafting and encourage more moon dusts so that you craft your own stuff.
Wala nang free?
Kind of more Web3. Because I think it might be taking a little bit away of the Web3 aspect if every single person just gets a non-tradable at the start of the season. It's a little anti-Web3.
Tapos?
It's very pro Web3 if we give people more resources and they craft their own stuff and then they're
Malas nga kami sa crafting eh.
in terms of no free
RNG na naman.
no free rune and charm at the start of the era. And so how that changes things in terms of the end of era rewards that we have.
Ang tanong kung na-implement ba?
Now we basically stack it with moon dusts instead. So if you finish first place, like any other season,
Wala
you
nang
finish,
free,
you know,
guys.
whatever,
Wala na ba?
20,000 you would have gotten.
Tinasan na lang yung moon
Now
dust.
there's a little incentive to actually perform even more well on top of the AXS because if you finish first
RNG
place
na naman,
in the
guys.
Epic era, you're gonna get 28 epic moon dusts. And if you finish like I don't know 3,000,
Okay, so eto,
you're still gonna get
yung mga moon
62
dust
epic moon
rewards.
dusts. So that should give you a nice little boost to kind of craft away, plus the ones you've been hoarding, and get the runes you want. And if not, mint them and trade them. And the same for the Mystic. So the TLDR is.
Ang problema nga kasi yung RNG. Maganda to sa mga magaganda yung luck, no? Yung swerte.
Immediately now comes the big
Sina Idol Irvin, yung mga yan. Laki yung swerte ng mga yan. Maganda to sa kanila.
because
Pero sa ating may balat sa puwet, no? Hindi maganda to. Hindi nakakraft yung mga gusto natin eh.
as well. To kind of go along with this. And so here's how it looks. Nothing changes with the rares, but the Epic and Mystic each get half. So, and this is in USD. So, Epic
Ito na yung bagong mint fees, guys. Ito na yung bago.
for charms, Mystics were $15 $9 for runes and $9 for
$1 na lang sa rare.
halved.
Rune,
That should
tapos
hopefully just make
0.50
everything
sa
kind of
charms.
Web3 and more tradable as it should be.
Kapag
Players
rare.
crafting their own stuff, players trading with one another, players
Sa
selling
Epic,
things.
2.50 sa Rune,
Kinda
1.25 sa
excited to
charms.
see how this looks. I think some people will be really
Mystic,
happy about this.
7.5 sa Rune, 4.5 sa charms.
I know I was sort of getting used to it because I was like, all right.
Ano sa tingin nyo guys? Okay lang ba to? Ano ba yung dati?
Heart of the ocean.
Hindi kasi ako masyadong
Last
nagmi-mint
stand
eh.
on day one. Not gonna have that day one guarantee anymore. You're gonna have to craft it or wait till day 3 and see how the market looks. So
Wala na, RNG na naman tayo guys. Balik tayo sa
It's
RNG.
a bit of a double-edged sword, right?
Balik na naman tayo
everyone's
sa
not gonna have
RNG.
that free rune, but
Wala nang free
again,
rune.
Everyone's in the exact same boat, so you're not getting the free rune. Nobody else is, so no one's going to have any sort of unfair advantage there, and this will help bolster the rune and charm economy as well. So there's a lot of interesting.
Same value ng MAXS. Oh, Idol Art Dice. Yung letter E, events lang ibig sabihin nun. Pero same lang yung value.
I did just want to get down to something basically generic.
Events lang yung meaning
Are there
ng
any
letter E.
leaks that we can get for
Leaks
tomorrow
daw guys,
for,
makinig muna
for
tayo.
Season
Leaks.
5?
Leaks daw, leaks.
Anything exciting that we can look forward
May
to?
leaks ba?
Yeah, I always have to remember how much or little to leak. But if you've been going to these town halls for a while, like the big constant theme is, yeah, Axie Origins is going to be the pioneer for Web3 gaming. But the big focus that we want to do is, what does the onboarding look like? How do we even explain all of this excitement to new users that maybe aren't into the Axie or NFT space? So we have even more things, more pieces to the puzzle of what that new user experience looks like in Season 5 and also Season 6. And just in general, like I can't leak the details, but I can leak that we have pretty much the roadmap from Season 6 to Season 9 mostly laid out. We have the big bets coming in. There's a bunch of things that we want to change. Obviously, we're waiting to see a lot of feedback for how
Hindi
we
daw
want to
pwede
position
mag-leak guys,
a
hindi
lot of these
pwede.
features. But
Pero abangan daw natin sa
the
Season
onboard-
6 to Season 9.
I'm not going to say a number, but as many people who have never experienced Axie, who have never heard about Axie, maybe have heard of it and never played it, getting into it and finding the joy of the reason why, all 465 of us are in this chat. So
Mababa yung Town Hall ngayon, no?
the
400 na lang.
the promotions and the enhancements. We've seen a lot of the mission systems,
Di tulad nung nakaraan.
basic systems that we're putting in. Season 5 is going to be one step forward into what that looks like. Nothing crazy.
Umabot
but
yata
kind
ng
of
5K nung
laying the
previous, no?
groundwork for what
Previous
Season
Town Hall.
6 and 7 are going to bring. What Axies are people going to be playing with? What does the game in general kind of look like? I don't want to overpromise for what.
Ano yung RNG loads? Random number generator.
As Sky Mavis and as a team,
Idol
we're
Ralph,
ready
no?
to scale Origins.
Tawag dito,
We're
parang
still-
imagine mo yung
we're
dice.
still growing the development.
Kapag magro-roll ka ng dice, may mga swerte sa pag-roll ng dice.
So we're still in.
Sina Idol
We're
Irvin
still
yun.
invested.
Tayo naman dun sa Malas, laging nakaka-roll ng uno.
Experience.
Sila Idol Irvin laging sa is yung
And
roll
something
nila,
you
no?
can be proud of to show your friends,
Parang
to
ganun.
show your family.
Swerte, in
Yeah,
other
and
terms,
in general,
swerte, yung
Season 5,
RNG.
With all of these changes, not a leak, but all of these changes that we've put together should be a very, very different day-to-day ecosystem, and hopefully something that is more accessible for the non-hyper-competitive potential Origins player. So
50% discount sa Epic and Mystic minting. Same pa rin sa Rare. So yung Mystic lang, mas mura na ngayon yung Mystic, okay. Thank you Idol. Sino nagsabi nun? Joe Gratz. Thank you sa pag-clarify.
Paint in the game that we can get more people excited.
Oo nga, wala pa kayong na-announce na magandang makakapag-hype sa amin.
I just got tingles.
Bakit?
That's so
Ba't ka may
exciting.
tingles,
You said you had
Slugs?
the roadmap planned out all the way up until Season 9.
Pero sa Season
So
6 pa,
there's some
aabangan.
Very clearly some
Season
big
5 pa
plans
lang.
in play. A lot happening behind the scenes. It sounds like onboarding is about to start picking up. We might start seeing
Onboarding?
advertisements. I don't want to speculate too
Baka
much.
Google Play, no?
I just
Hindi
can't
natin
wait
sure.
till I can walk down the street and
Pero
talk
sabi
about
nila
Axie
Season 6 pa eh.
and have somebody go like, "Oh yeah, I remember seeing that commercial," instead of people being like, "What is Ethereum?" You know.
Check na natin yung Axie stage kung ilan na
I
tayo.
just want to ask one last question before we open.
472.
Because I know if I don't ask this question,
Medyo
other
mababa.
people will. When we had access to the season 5 balance changes and we were able to test things out,
Sabi
during
dito,
this off-season, a lot
they
of
will
people
just
saw
give one
some
rune of
new
your choice.
runes
Meron
or
pa rin.
charms that
Meron
may
pa
or
rin
may-
daw guys,
that
oh.
may or may
Check
not
natin bukas, no?
belong to some
Meron pa rin daw
starter
isa.
Axies. Is there any word on that front?
Ito na yung starter Axis guys,
So,
pakinggan natin.
Starter Axies, very beloved, and as everyone knows, there are many starter Axies that are. In the
Baka
game
may
that
crit
have
na sa
been-
season 6. Walan, Jo. Magkukwit na ako pag may crit,
a little bit
idol.
of that will change.
Idol
Who knows?
Potato Noob, welcome sa stream.
All right, awesome.
Yun nga yung
Noki
pinakaayaw ko
MC,
sa
but-
Vito eh.
And
Yeah,
the chat is screaming, "Free Vinoki! We all want Vinoki, the poison master." My gosh.
Oo nga, baka
at
Google
this
Play na, Idol
let's
Potato.
go ahead and open it up to the floor. If anyone has any questions,
Yun
feel
lang?
free to throw it
Yun lang
in
yung
the
announcement?
chat, or go ahead and raise up your hand. We can even bring you up on stage.
Hindi man lang
Ask
tayo
your
na hype.
question in person. Let's see.
Sa season 6 pa daw eh. Ngayon, nagbabasa na sila ng chat guys. Kung may mga tanong kayo, chat kayo dun. Or kung
Mr.
ano yung
G.
gusto yung i-chat, no?
Mr. G, I'm gonna bring you up.
Kung gusto nyong itanong.
Alright, the invite's been sent. Let's see if Mr. G takes up the torch.
Baka Google Play na. Valuable na Glorious niyan. Single rune na ang laki ng impact
na.
sa buong team. Glorious may na agad yung pipiliin mo.
Q&A for you
Idol
guys
Joe
out there.
Grats.
We try to keep balance separate from.
Ito na yung tanong,
sort
guys.
of like this seasonal
Ay, si Zoser naman.
product AXS conversation. So, just before you guys come up and start talking too much about balance, that's more sort of reserved for when Hale and Jaster do the game design Townhall. So it's going to be tougher for us to answer.
I do have a question from Nix about the invisible card bug. Is that
Yeah.
is that the specific context
no.
you're referring to?
Well, yeah, invisible card bug is not a balance problem. It's been a problem since before I joined the team, and it's something we've been trying to reproduce and figure out. We have some leads. We've taken some shots at solving it. Every time we try solving it, other invisible-related bugs come out. So this is one of those. Hey, anyone who has any insights on how they can
Wala pa rin. Hindi pa rin nila naayos yung invisible.
figure out the steps required to reproduce the invisible bug and then help us tackle it, that would be great.
Wala pa rin
One thing
guys.
I
Hindi pa rin
mentioned
naayos yung
before,
invisible bug.
We refactored a lot of the battle system and how cards as entities exist. As everyone knows, Origins was built very quickly.
Delete Vinoki. Dami na ngang poison, dadagdag pa si Vinoki. Langya. Sabi na Idol Art Diced.
The last missing pieces is this weird invisible.
Hindi pa nga nare-release, Idol. Di-delete na
Again,
agad.
it is a thing that internally we talk about at least once or twice a week, and we're still on it. I can't make any promises, but we're not forgetting about it. We're not ignoring it because it's hard. We constantly talk about
PLDT issue, not the game. Sabi ni Ice.
Yeah, that's invisible card bug.
Yung nadi-disconnect.
Yeah, it's
Hina talaga natin sa kanila, sabi ni Idol Potato.
definitely been a persistent one for sure.
Yeah.
So I think this is from Jonathan. A lot of the names aren't appearing on Discord. I don't know if it's a bug or maybe I need to update. Not sure. But
Hindi
I
man lang
apologize
umabot sa 1K yung mga tumambay,
Yeah,
no?
I apologize if I'm missing any names here. but
Siguro yung mga kwan
the
na yan,
question
no?
is, any
Mga
plans
Topaz
for,
users,
new
no?
breeding events, Halloween or Christmas. I'm not sure if this really
Mga
relates
na-nerf,
to,
nag-quit na.
Origin Season 5 too much.
Nung last na Townhall, ang dami natin. Umabot
This
yata
is
ng
more of
5K.
a question for Shade, who I know is listening and also on Twitter. But I think, just speaking very briefly to Axie Core, there's just so much going on, as you guys can see with AXP and exciting things. And like doing a breeding event is part of that team, and so it takes the effort there. And I think that there's so much happening. It's more worth it to build that new stuff than to do breeding events. But I don't want to speak too much on it. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a Axie Core Shade thing.
I'll leave that one up to Shade if he wants to hop up on stage and answer that himself. That's totally up to him. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and move on. Jonathan Bites has raised his hand. I'm inviting you up to speak. Let's see if he takes up the mantle.
Wala na free runes
Jonathan,
every
you here?
era. Yun yung pagkakaintindi ko, Idol Kelsey. Pero tinaasan yung,
We can hear you. How's it
tawag
going?
dito, amount of moon shards, no?
Yeah, good, Andrew.
Ay, moon shard,
Well,
moon
well,
dust,
so what's
moon
your
dust.
question?
Yeah.
Pero may, sa chat, may mga nagsasabi naman na meron daw one free na rune. Confirm natin bukas, guys. Confirm natin bukas.
My question is simple. We are looking for
Play to earn na naman, sabi ni Idol Gray. Pay to win. Tataas na naman value ng mga runes and charms.
New functionalities we are upcoming in this season 5, and what's the meta team we are just like runes and charms and teams every patch and updates we apply in the season 5. So yeah, that's my question. Does that make sense?
So to rephrase the question, I'm sorry, are you asking about the season 5 meta?
Yung Idol ako ka, welcome sa
Meta
stream.
and the season 5 trends and of the marketplace and something like that.
Right. So that's really something that is
Agree ako dyan, wala nang runes and charms.
based around the
Sabi na Idol
community
ako ka,
and
na
really
free.
the pro players.
Paano naman kaming
kind of
malas sa
a
crafting,
step
Idol?
away from maybe what we're talking about today.
Doon ko na nga lang nakukuha yung mga gusto kong
So,
runes
Sir
and charms
Cruz,
eh.
Is there anything about the question that you want to touch on?
More than 1 year na yung origins, guys, no?
Yeah, just like
Wala pa rin akong nakakraft na mystic na rune.
What is the question, Ryan? Just briefly, like the core of it.
Jonathan, you might need to reiterate, but I think he's just curious about trends for meta teams moving into season 5. So it looks like, I mean, we've seen a lot of the Beast, Fury, Leafy, Bamboo Spear, Bamboo Shoot teams from some of the tournaments that we've seen during the off season. I know a lot
Maganda
of
yan, wala nang free, sabi ni Don Villar. Ito yung mga swerte sa crafting, mga lods.
Jinx is still very
Yung
strong.
mga agree, no?
Does that pretty much answer your question, Jonathan?
Yung mga agree sa wala nang free runes and charms.
Yeah, I think the leafy bamboo and the poison bleed is the next team now. So actually lots of people in the marketplace and the Axie ecosystem, they are trying to find the next mech team in the season 5. So this question is also popular in another people.
Right.
Oh.
Right. Well, it's a hard question to really define perfectly because, of course, the meta is always developing. You know, every day there are brand new Axies being bred with brand new part combinations, and people are discovering new
May 27 million viewers. Welcome mga lods. Welcome sa stream.
It's always tough. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, if you're a pro player or a game developer, to really determine what the
Ituloy
meta is.
natin yung
It's always something that you
pagtitake
gotta
note
stay on
natin, no?
top of and just grind through. But thank you for your question. I'm gonna go ahead and move you back to the
Moon
audience.
shards.
And let's see, we've got another question here
Rewards.
in chat. It says it'd be cool to have new adventure
No more
chapters in
free
Season
runes and
5.
charms.
There are people who like to play adventure mode from time to time, like in V2 days.
I know Cruz
Yeah.
really wants to take this one.
I do. I have.
Shot
We
gamers.
did a lot
Wala
of
na runes
soul
and
searching.
charms, boss. Na free
I've
daw
done
eh.
a lot of
Yun yung
soul searching. What game or
pagkakaintindi
what
ko.
is the most fun way
Idol
to
shot
play with
gamers.
Axie? Like,
Pero
not
tinaasan
more
yung
than
value
just
or yung
what
amount
are
of
fun
moon
play
shards.
patterns that exist in the world.
Tapos
We
moon
really
dust na
highlight
makukuha.
the excitement and the fun of Axies.
Para daw ma-motivate daw tayong mag-craft.
And PvE is a very exciting and cool thing. One problem that we've had from a strictly development standpoint is that
Uy, Madam Cherry, welcome, Ate
again, we
Cherry.
have moderately limited resources that we're trying to scale up, but building a fully fleshed out PvP system and also having a fun, sustainable PvE experience is tough to balance and really prioritize. One thing, it's like, for example, let's say we give you chapters 2 to 5, but in exchange, maybe season 6 lacks a lot of features or functions or new mechanics or balance changes that we've come to expect with a new season. What does that look like? How does that play? But at the same time, we hear a lot where new users come in, maybe the ladder's too sweaty and they need something a little bit more casual to play, so something like player versus environment adventure mode would be really great. So nothing to set in stone. We're really me personally, like I could probably talk about this for hours. I have talked about this for hours to Zoser and anyone else who is unlucky enough to be in a room with me of what is.
Pero Idol Shot Gamers, may mga nagsasabi sa chat na meron pa daw isang free na rune, no? I-confirm natin bukas.
To compete against,
Kasi yung pagkakaintindi ko, wala na daw eh.
amazing games and products trying to pull away people from us. So anyways, really long story, but there's currently nothing for season 5 and 6 for what another adventure is, but
Wala pa daw adventure, guys. Season 5 and season 6, wala pa daw.
Figure out the best rooms and
Yung
charms
bagong
and
adventure.
and meta stuff that is coming in the pipe. Like I mentioned it before, like having a more casual experience. V 0.5 was the blitz mode, something a little bit more casual. You don't have to think too hard. You just kind of enjoy. We've been doing a lot of experimentation with our new system of what does that look like in Origins. What is a fun way to play Origins without it having to be too brain consuming and interesting. So we have some ideas, nothing really concrete to report to everyone. I personally also love adventure. Maybe there's a way. What if there's a way we could do some cool procedural roguelike-y adventure thing? A lot of cool ideas I've seen on Twitter. But really marrying what the ideal way to leverage our engineering resources and our time has been an interesting conversation about adventures. Anyways, long story short, nothing for season 5, nothing for season 6, but who knows? Who knows what the future has?
Eh di kung wala pang story, wala pa si Vinoki.
Aspect of the game
Kasi wala pa daw story. Additional yung story
when the
mode.
Game first dropped, I played through adventure mode several times trying to
Uy, 31 million viewers. Welcome mga lods.
currently hold the
Sa mga hindi nakakaalam, merong Townhall, no?
adventure mode speedrun world record.
Wow.
So if there's anyone who wants to challenge that title, it is official on
Speedrun daw, guys. Speedrun sa adventure mode.
Damn, I gotta watch your playthrough. That sounds exciting.
Hey man, I beat it sub hour. So yeah, we definitely need some more chapters. I'm excited for that. And if there's a
Yung choice box ba
roguelike
mawawala
mode,
kaya?
Oh my god, I'm going to lose it. I will not stop playing the game ever. Now I have
Sabi ni
another
Idol
question.
Aoka. Yun yung pagkakaintindi ko,
Alright,
Idol.
great.
Dadamihan na lang daw yung
Oh,
moon shards
no.
tapos moon dust.
I have a question from
Na
Anu
rewards.
Mock, who asks, are there any plans for new limited time game modes? I think we saw Blitz in the past, and there was a huge hit, and I think everyone's excited for more iterations.
Oh, dude.
Question. But in the
Oh,
meantime,
man.
as he's answering it, we're trying to start a hashtag over here in the chat called Leak
Oh my
Starter.
gosh!
And if that thing blows up, we're leaking a starter.
Leak
do
starter.
put that on the side.
Free
Oh my gosh!
starter.
All right. So are we doing it?
No. We're gonna let it blow up a little first. and
Okay,
then when it
okay.
blows up-
Sabi
Let's-
nila
let's
walang
let it linger.
adventure mode,
It's
no?
a limited time
Yeah.
game.
Tapos may starter. Paano yun? Paano nila ipapasok yung starter kung walang adventure mode na bago?
Yeah, new game modes. So,
Walang bagong
internally,
story
we
mode.
have been really trying to capture the fun of what a new limited game mode is. Like, we don't want to just release a nothing burger that people play for 3 seconds and forget about. So we have some stuff brewing. It'll come not tomorrow, but it'll come maybe sooner than you think.
Sooner than you
Yeah,
think,
limited time
guys.
game modes, rotating
Ilang
game
beses na
modes,
natin narinig
about
yan.
that jam.
Ilang
Yeah,
beses
trying
na
to
natin
capture
narinig yan.
The fun, and then when we have something cool, we'll definitely share it to y'all.
But of course, you have to keep the air of mystique around it. Oh my gosh. Exciting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I have seen a couple people in chat ask if Season 5 is starting tomorrow. The answer is yes, approximately 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, July 25th. So yes, around 24 hours from now, Season 5 is starting. Now, are we...
11 p.m. Hindi na 11:30.
We're
gonna
leaking
leak
it.
one.
We're doing it.
And I'm choosing my words very carefully. We are going to leak one, which might imply that there might be more than one release.
Magulo sa Discord chat. Oo nga mga lods, buti pa dito.
As we leak it, test how quickly you know the name of it, Ryan. So
Oh my gosh!
Ito na guys, may
Alright, am I
ililik daw
looking
sila.
in view only
May
chat or am I
announcement,
looking
may
in the
announcement.
we're gonna look on view only, and I know the community
Okay.
don't know this, but I'm gonna show the avatar of it. and
View
you just
only
say its
chat
name
daw,
like-
view only.
You know it like the back of your hand. You ready?
Of course. Oh, that's
Bagong avatar.
Quaxolotl. Of course. We all know Quaxolotl.
Bagong avatar?
Yeah, it's
My
gonna be a good,
favorite starter Axie.
Bagong
He's,
avatar?
Pretty close.
He's a platypus, but it looks like he also may have some mech parts. maybe bug parts, mech parts. I think from what I remember.
So, hindi si Vinoki? Hindi si
playing
Vinoki?
Practice mode.
I think people might have seen him before.
Yeah, he's
I
been
don't
around.
know.
Ito yung bagong
I
starter.
don't know how final his parts are, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm just gonna spout it out right now. I'm just gonna tell you guys really quick on voice. You guys can listen as close as you want. I'm gonna tell you what he does really quick, all right? Or at least what I think he does. This is not final. This is not binding. But he can target any ally and cleanse them. He can target any ally and give them cocoon while
Sustain.
retaining. He
Yung bagong
can
starter.
take another card and shield all allies and give them more shield per retained. He
Hmm.
can target any ally to shield them and draw a card.
Okay.
He can he gains attack whenever this Axie grants shield to other
He gains
allies.
attack. So, parang paladin.
That's pretty cool. Kind of like a nutcracker thing, but like it scales.
Attack
and you shield
tapos
other people.
defense.
And then he's got another retain. God, this guy's got a lot of retain, you guys, because he's got the leaf bug, the platypus, the leaf bug, and he gains cocoons. He's just got a lot of cocoons and a lot of stuff. You guys will see.
This guy has had a major glow up since his arena practice days. My gosh, I'm excited. I'm excited to see him in the arena.
Mag-react
I'm
tayo.
excited to see the other potential starter Axies as well. My gosh, can we get an official name? I'm sure it's not Quaxolotl.
Oh, I put it on there. Yeah.
Pomodoro.
It's Quaxolotl. No, it's Pomodoro.
Pomodoro, that's a great name.
Yeah.
Pomodoro.
And just as a little spice, in case it wasn't immediately obvious, we've released the promoted or the upgraded starter Axies, and so I think we can pretty much commit to that every new starter that we release will have a brand new upgraded Axie form. So Pomodoro specifically is pretty cool. So definitely someone should upgrade them pretty quick and.
Okay, so official na ilalabas to. Hindi si Vinoki.
exciting.
Pomodoro yung ilalabas,
Oh my
guys.
gosh, I can't wait to see what he looks like all grown
Sustain,
up.
sustain.
Now, all right, let's bring up another audience member, Chuck Fresco.
Yan na naman sila, tapos
The
aabutin na
man, the
naman ng
legend
dalawang
himself.
season,
Chuck,
sabi ni Idol Potato.
here, buddy.
Dun sa mga announcements nila.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear
No
you.
comment, guys, no comment.
Okay, so I just had a question.
Ito na si
I
Chuck.
wanna get
May
ahead
tanong
of
si
this
Chuck.
'cause, I'm sure
Chuck
we're gonna see
Fresco.
Twitter posts about this. You know, when it comes to AXX and money, people were already concerned. Like, how are they going to add new AXX to the economy when, like, is it going to become like SLP when it just became over minted? But my question is, how did you guys come up with these numbers, specifically percentage-wise? Because as some of the pros already pointed out, it is a big drop or a significant drop for them, I feel. On the numbers that are being shown. But my biggest question is, why this decision to do this? I sort of can assume already the decision why this was done, but just more clarification on this, because I'm sure we're going to see some Twitter posts about this.
Zoster, you want or you want me to?
You can start with your rationale, and I'll piggyback on anything else.
Yeah, tag team, as per usual. So the AXS total economy of what that looks like from our white paper, from the very beginning of Axie, the methods in which we distribute it, that is something that we're always very cognizant of. And again, the whole point of Axie Infinity Shards as an entire token is to reward the top contributors in the ecosystem in general, like I mentioned this before, and what that looks like. As you may or may not know, in Season 5, the total amount, so it's like 85 plus 15 plus 7 plus 5, there's some rounding going on. The total amount for the season is the same. We're distributing the same amount of AXS that we always have. And again, we shortened the season from Season 1 to Season 2 by a lot. Like, Season 1 was much longer than Season 2, and we've decided that to keep the same amount of AXS, even though the amount of effort was reduced by a lot. And we're keeping the same for Season 5. So we've reduced. So we've kept the same amount. We've reduced it, but from like a cost and balances perspective, it had to come from somewhere. We're still figuring out from a high level, ecosystem what AXS is, what AXS does.
Di ba kasi nila diretso, no?
How much to incentivize. But for this one, we've kept the same total amount for the season. We've just pulled it from, as Loser said, the only source of AXS into other exciting sources that will encourage people to play and to have fun and to contribute more to the Axie ecosystem. So we're not specifically trying to remove seasonal leaderboard AXS for the sake of removing seasonal leaderboard AXS. It's strictly that we wanted to enhance and to promote the excitement of what contests bring, the excitement of what fortune chests bring, and for just the excitement, lesser so excitement, but still the excitement of weekly missions bring, and that AXS just needed to come from somewhere right now. We're having a lot of conversations internally at a very high level for, again, what AXS is, and we'll have more to share about that.
Medyo magulo yung sagot nila.
Leading up to
Tinatanong yata ni Chuck kung ano yung basis nila sa AXS rewards, tapos yung missions
I think you
rewards.
covered most of it. I honestly think that this should also come from Jiho as well. I know he's not here right now.
Ayaw nilang sabihin kasi. Gusto nila galing kay Jiho. Okay.
Pretty funny tweet. But in all seriousness, Chuck, I want you to hear it straight from Jiho as well. I'm gonna have him write a tweet directly about this and speak about this. It's something he specifically has been really passionate about for a while. I know Cruz and I for a long time have heard him talk about how randomness is good in games and having the chance to get something, which is how kind of Fortune Chess came about with SLP. Having the chance to just play one game and get a big reward is exciting and good for Web3 and good for our game. So I don't want to put too many words in his mouth, but I do want it to also come from him directly as well. So, yeah, be prepared for a tweet from him about that.
Andito si Idol Axie Sensei, oh.
And just
Yeah.
personal
Nakahabol.
commentary, I think it's a great move. Like, rewarding more of the community should not be a bad thing. I think that's an amazing thing. I feel we've been top heavy for a while now, where not to diss any of the top players, they work really hard, but it's been consistently the similar people because of their effort, of course. But I do feel like a lot of people are left out of that top category. If you're not in like the top certain percentage or whatever, you're just not earning much. So for me,
Yeah,
I
tama.
personally think it's a good move. I think that's what made the original V2 so good, is that a lot of people were earning through SLP, just playing games and stuff like that. And now, of course, it's more restrained with AXX because of, you know, the way the tokenomics.
Dito ni sa Idol
everything,
Pixel,
but
oh.
anything that helps the community and the game overall grow, like people becoming excited to actually want to play, do a daily, do a weekly.
Dito ni sa Idol Guwapo nga sa iyo pala.
Just was gonna say that.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Chuck. And another
Dito
thing
rin
to
si
look at as
LCRREN,
well
no?
is that
Asan yun?
we're in like a really new industry, right? And it's no surprise that in a gaming industry, there's a lot of copying. That's what you do. It's almost influence or whatever. And Cruz and I have both been in gaming a long time, and it's very common.
So maraming pabor, guys. Maraming pabor doon sa missions.
Well, there's not a whole
Merong
lot
AXS na makukuha sa
to
missions.
copy that we're sort of innovating a lot.
At least hindi na lang sa
At the same
leaderboard tayo makakakuha ng rewards, no?
You mentioned how this is an experiment. That's kind of what we've been doing in Origins for a long time. We're trying different things. We're seeing what works. How's the data look? How's the community feel about it? How do the pros feel
Bug
about it?
yung Axie na yan. Oo nga, bug si Pomodoro.
Philippines
Bug
feel about it,
class.
and the LATAM and US.
Pomodoro, sabi ni Idol
Let's
Shot
take it
Gamers.
And let's like kind of see how this
Bug
kind of
nga yan, draw
digests
tsaka
the
sustain,
system.
sabi ni Idol Potato. Na-nerf mga pro players, sabi ni Idol Jamis. Pero mataas pa rin, no? Mataas pa rin yung rewards.
Sorry, yeah, quick addendum, because I
Yung
know
mga
that whenever people
nasa
think,
taas, guys. Yung mga nasa baba na naman, eh,
comparisons between
bumaba.
How we're treating AXS to how SLP was treated in V2 or Classic.
Lods, yung bagong starter Axie na yan, direct na ba yan sa game or pipitasin pa sa adventure? Sa adventure malamang to, Idol Jolas. Sa adventure.
XP will have a brand new sync or a way to spend AXS. So we're making the economy a lot more dynamic, a lot more interesting, a lot more flows that, like as those are said, are very
Usapang kan na, guys, usapang pera.
brand
Medyo
new to not only
Hindi kasi ako interested sa ganun, eh. Usapang AXS. Sa game lang talaga ako interested. Pero pakinggan natin.
What is the best things and the most fun things about how Axie got here, and the most fun parts about where Axie is, and we'll use that to really educate where Axie should be going, because we've more than
What's up, sabi ni Idol Napoleon. Welcome, Lods, welcome.
In the universe, we've like Axie is
Ilan yung AXS sa weekly mission exactly?
What not to do, and how to make
Meron
sure
yata
that,
kanina, Idol
treat AXS with the
KLC, tignan
dignity,
natin.
with the respect and the responsibility that it deserves. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
Two things that I want to bring up. Well, the first thing is about this is kind of important. I should have explained this along the way.
Ito yung weekly milestones, 50 MAXS. So merong M to, guys, MAXS. So i-convert mo pa yan.
In order to sometimes get things out the door, we just have to kind of do it the easiest way, do it in a way we know, do it in a way that's convenient, that doesn't cost us, weeks on end to build. And so, because it's like MAXS, it's going to be just like MAXS, including the minting. So to answer your guys' question about how we get in this MAXS into AXS, it's going to be the same process right now, which is at the end of the season, whatever you
Ay, end of the season din daw, guys, yung mga weekly missions.
and then whatever you
Hindi
accrue,
makukuha weekly.
well, then we will convert into AXS and send you. Does that mean it's going to be like this
End of
forever?
the season pa
No, I
rin.
don't
End
think
of the
so. I hope
season.
not, right? Because we're trying to grow this aspect of the portal and Web3 together.
End of the season mo pa
How that
mamimint.
looks in the long term, and I don't know if Emmanuel has thoughts, but in the short term, it's going to be that it's an accrual process, just like MAXS, and you try to get as much as you can, and then at the end of the season, we scatter it all to your guys' Ronin wallets.
Sabi ni Idol Art Dice, 0.05 AXS. AXS ba, Idol Art
Yeah,
Dice?
that's
Tama ba
what-
tong
yeah,
computation mo?
Yeah.
A lot of I can get
Okay, so eto, sa sinagot na Idol Art Dice, 0.05 AXS daw makukuha weekly. So, i-confirm natin to, guys.
Second thing I see keep popping up,
So, ito is yung computation na Idol Art Dice, no? So, thank you, Idol.
and I'm going to let you speak on that, Emmanuel, if you have any thoughts. I don't know why it's such a big concern, but people like really want the claim all, and I just don't know
Bali, 16.5
where we're at.
pag-convert mo sa pesos.
Sorry, I'm
The missions,
seeing
I
the
guess,
hashtag.
the
Is this
missions,
for missions?
16 pesos, edi
Yeah,
kwan yan,
okay.
Idol Art Dice. Ay, tama, 0.05.
Sometimes I get really in the weeds, and I'm going to try to not bore everyone. There's very specific technical reasons why the claim all button isn't currently in the build. It's in
Oo nga, bakit walang
RTP
claim all
build,
button?
on production. It was in the
Highly
spec.
requested.
It's the same reasons for why maybe at the beginning of when we released missions they were a little like slow, I guess. Anyways, that should all be solved very shortly, and the entire missions experience should be a much smoother and fun experience shortly. We're not waiting for a brand new season to roll out because under the hood change.
I was trying to get ahead of the drama. Twitter post. Jiho post will be huge, sabi ni Idol Chuck Fresco.
Things in our engine first. But yeah. I hear you. We're gonna make missions fun and exciting and interesting to tap through and feel good. So that is our goal.
Awesome. Do we have time for a few more?
Yeah, we do. I mean, I put this internally scheduled for.
So, 1 hour na. 1 hour na.
33 minutes. We do not have to
So far, maganda naman. Maganda naman yung mga announcements, no?
Wonderful. Okay, so I'll continue then. Dealmaker asks, is there plans, or are there plans to have a scatter-like tool for Atia's Blessing? Guilds with hundreds of scholars can't turn on Atia's Blessing for everyone.
So I'm gonna add to this question instead of help answer it, which is
Thanks.
sorry, which is there's also the treasure thing, which I know Theban, aka 1437, was telling me about. Yeah, we're gonna need. We will
16
need to
pesos
find out
talaga.
the,
Wow, ang laki, sabi ni Idol Maru-Maru.
how- I don't know
Malaki
if
na yun, Lod. Saan ka makakapulot ng 16 pesos?
Does treasure one day have permission?
Okay na yan.
I was saying this in Vietnam. I don't know anything about how this
Per
works
week.
at a technical level. But like, for example, for people with treasure, like, is there ever a world in blockchain where you can like give permissions? Where you
Meron
can
kang
give
tawag
treasure
dito,
for
64 pesos
I'm just gonna end there.
kada
I don't know if Emmanuel
isang
has
buwan
thoughts
per
on
month.
Atia's Blessing, but with those constraints.
Yeah, Atia's Blessing, and again, like we're gonna say it every time, and we're gonna say it every time for the future. Is like we are just making stuff up that no one has done before. So how does on-chain transactions bleed?
New
into
starter
your
axes can be
in-game,
obtained by
earning,
breeding using all
winning,
starters.
combat power,
Make sure to have the correct
unknowns,
word.
and
Grabe
also,
naman yun,
like,
Idol Ossie.
Not only technical limitations, but also like design concerns for what's possible and what's not possible. Yeah, from the get-go, Zoser has been on my case, on our case for how do we make Atia's Blessing and other similar systems as easy to do for large groups of Axie players. We've had some ideas. A lot of it has fallen from a strictly technical perspective. We are investigating what a good way to have Atia's Blessing and future blessings be scalable for large groups. Again, as everyone knows with blockchain, it's a balance of like convenience and also security and all that jazz. So we're just being very mindful and again treating this area with a little bit more care than we would for things that didn't have to do with on-chain transactions. So
Yeah,
yeah, we
it's
hear
definitely not
you. We
perfect
want to
yet.
make it good. Yeah, we know this is like a V1 of many, but yeah, if you've seen the blessing screen, it fits more than just one thing. So we're working on it.
If Sky Mavis isn't a company of innovation, I don't know who is.
Kwek with 5 pesos.
yeah,
Palamig pa yan. Sabi ni
There's so
Idol.
many aspects to the universe that are completely unique and brand.
Makakabili ka na ng
Oculus
kwek-kwek sa
Blessing's only
16
been around for,
pesos.
like, what, a month and a half, and everybody loves it. And even
Corneto nga,
iterate on
20
it,
Lodi. 22 pesos tapos sa weekly 16 pesos. Saan naabot
blown
yan?
away by how much progress
Meron pa
has
namang
been made
SLP,
last
Idol
year,
Kelsey.
How much is still being
SLP tapos AXS. Pagsamahin mo na lang para makabili ka ng Corneto.
mind-blowing. But another question from Deuce. Are there any plans to add in-game buy-in tournaments or even tournaments to earn extra moon shards or moon dust? And I'd like to even add on to this. I mean,
Yun na guys, pinag-usapan na yung in-game tournaments. Kasi di ba tinanggal yung banner ng tournaments? Biglang tinanggal eh.
Possibly fortune chest as well. So is there a world where we could see tournaments in client that you buy in and
Idol Tom
there's
Padilla, welcome sa
certain
stream. Sa mga kakapasok lang guys, no, bukas na.
like
Start ng season
throughout
5,
the
no,
season,
bukas.
and that there are
So siguro
season
11
that are
AM
tied
bukas
to
or
the tournaments
11:30
as well. That's just what popped into my head.
bukas. Tapos wala na daw balance
This is
balance
juice.
update. Wala nang balance change, no?
Well, I would invite
So pwede na siguro bumili kung may mga gusto ko yung teams ngayon. Safe na. In-announce naman na eh. In-announce na.
hours on end. It is
So
something
kung may pabalikan sila
I'm very
bukas,
bullish on is the idea of, like,
kasalanan na nila yun. Pero sabi naman nila, kinonfirm nila na wala na daw balance update.
stuff, if you know what I'm
So
saying.
safe na bumili guys, safe
I'll
na.
let Cruz kinda take this though.
Yung mga gusto nyong bilhin na comp.
Yeah, we have a pretty high cursory look of what the roadmap looks like. In the future.
16 peso a
Can't
week,
promise you
less
anything,
1
but I
peso a
can
day,
promise you
awit.
that, there will be something along the lines of the excitement and the experience.
Sabi ni Idol Shot
James is
Gamers.
asking about, that'll be hitting production in the near future, because yeah, we wanted to test this out with
Bilhin nyo na lang sa hotdog store ko yung 0.05 excess nyo. Isang buong hotdog sandwich na yan. May lettuce at cucumber pa. Wow.
Axie looks like. What is the best way to have competitive Axie that is the
Sarap
most
i-compute to
interesting and
lahat
most
tapos
for most
gagastos
people.
ka sa level up
Buy and
AXP
brawl
at
seems
buy,
like
selling and
what
crafting
we're
runes and
excited
charms.
to
Yun
see
mo,
appetite
Idol
for it.
Maru-Maru.
So that's kind of given me
Mga
the
business
green light
minded
to
guys. Tayo kasi
buy it,
naglalaro lang
see
eh,
what it's
for
leading
fun.
to, and maybe you'll have a little bit more tournament type things in the client again.
Salamat sa update, boss. Wala ka naman, Idol Tom. Tambay lang tayo dito. Baka meron pang mga i-announce, no?
Yeah, we're excited for it.
Yeah, and
progress.
this-
Try nating i-summarize mamaya. Nag-take down notes naman ako eh.
Which that buy-in tournament came to light from idea to happening was faster than almost anything I've seen in the world. I mean, it was not many weeks before that we were like tossing around this random idea of like, what if like people had to like do an entry and then like we would like provide that for the pool, like a poker tournament almost, and then boom, it just like happened incredibly quick. We have a really fast team. There's a lot of shout outs out there. Just thought I'd throw that out.
Yeah, the event the team behind organizing those events has been killing it lately. Have been a lot of fun casting those tournaments for sure. This is not a question.
Magkaka-streamer rewards program season 1 na download. Sabi ni Idol Jamis. Sana.
He said,
Okay, sana kung ganun, no?
Streamer rewards program season 1 is also coming with
Oh?
more rewards.
Oo nga, totoo,
up
no?
for grabs.
Ba't nauna yung
So it sounds like
nauna
there
yung
is a
kwan mo?
streamer rewards program
Townhall mo?
that will be running alongside season 5 and some more potential rewards for those
Meron
of you
daw,
who
oh.
want to stream
Nice.
your gameplay. Very exciting stuff.
Sana maganda bigayan sa
As
streamers
for
rewards, no?
questions, I have Hex in
Sana.
requesting to speak. Let's bring up Hex.
Para may pambili din tayo ng bigas.
Hex, are you here with us?
Anong magandang strategy for crafting, sabi ni Idol Maru-Maru? Hindi ko rin alam, Idol eh.
He's requesting
1 year na akong
to
nagka-craft,
try
wala
more
pa rin akong nakaka-craft na Mystic Rune. Isang taon na.
Hex, welcome in.
Alright, so hello guys, can you hear me?
We can. How you doing?
So I just want to ask something about the rewards, since you've mentioned that the free runes in every end era will be removed. Will there still be a possible chance that you will still give
May delay ng konti yung
free runes and
stream mo.
charms in
Delay pala yung stream
daily
natin,
login.
guys.
Since I think so some scholars, or if some managers can't even, like, how can we say this, like, support their scholars for the budget of their scholars to buy runes and charms in the market.
Yeah, so you brought up a really good question, and thank you for the question. And when I originally was talking about this, I made it very black and white when it's not so black and white. So let me be really clear. When I said like no more free runes and charms, well, my definition of free in this case was basically like for just like sitting in the top 20 or 40,000, I believe, whatever it is in the leaderboard, and just sort of getting that rune or charm, and then in the daily login kind of getting a whole bunch of charms and maybe even a rune, and it just happened very, very easily and sort of without effort. And I want to be clear that that was my definition of free. What is still true, though, is that this opens up potential for live operations and for events to happen. So there might be a fortune chest event where you might get really lucky and all of a sudden a rune or charm drops out of that, and then you're like, cool, maybe it's a choice box even. The same can be true for contests.
Okay.
Where let's say there's a contest that comes on that's more of a grinders contest, because there's various types of contests. We've done races, we've done kind of like the pay to win ones where you have to release. We've done ones where it's like pure just how much can you play.
Yung runes and charms daw, guys, na free. Meron pa rin naman daw, pero baka ilalagay na lang sa mga events.
100% locked behind crafting. And there's still
Yun,
a chance
not 100% luck behind crafting.
There's a charm box in there, because we haven't built that yet. But we're moving, just to be clear, we're moving away heavily from this everyone is getting a rune and a charm all the time to the totally other direction, which is a little bit more earning of it, a little bit more participation of it, or a little bit more luck of it. One of those three.
Okay.
So I hope that kind of answers your question.
Ilalagay na lang daw sa mga events, guys, or kaya sa mga specific rewards, no? Ayaw nilang specify, guys, eh. Basta dapat lagi tayong naglalaro. Parang yun yung gusto nilang sabihin, no? Dapat lagi tayong naglalaro. Para kung sakaling may ibibigay sila na rewards ng runes and charms, makukuha natin. Clarify nila na hindi lang sa pag-craft makukuha yung mga runes and charms na gusto natin. Meron ding rewards, no?
We have a lot to digest after this conversation.
Tignan natin, baka maraming pa events, no? Baka maraming pa events ngayong season 5. Let's see.
Absolutely. I'm gonna have to check any mentions once we hop off of this. Let's see. Any more questions? Anybody? Let's see.
May tanong pa ba? Wala na yata.
And we have Sam Fisher requesting to speak. Sam Fisher, I'm going to bring you up to the stage. This may be our last speaker, everybody.
Yeah. Did you hear me?
Sam, you're on stage. We can hear you.
Yeah. The last time the total amount of XCS was I think lesser than season 3. But how about this time? The total 3 eras XCS. How about this time? The reward system.
I apologize, Sam. I didn't catch that. Cruz Ozer, did you? Were you?
Can you say it again a little slowly?
Okay. Okay. I try to speak slowly. That last time our total 3 eras MXES reward was lesser than season 3. So how about season 5? The reward
in all 3 eras that AXS.
Yes.
Meron namang pinost.
For this season, it's the same as it was the past few seasons. If you look at the total AXS, we plan to distribute.
Right, and Sam, if you look in the view-only chat box there, on the left of the Discord screen, you'll actually see the AXS distributions for Season 5 already.
I-check nga natin to kung nagbago, no? Season 5 versus Season 4.
I thought
yung AXS.
it's the same like Season 4, but Season 3 it was higher.
Yeah.
Or are we going to increase the amount, or it will be same?
Mababa na naman
Seems
sa
like,
atin
it
eh.
seems
Nasa mga
like
nasa baba.
For the time being, it's going to be staying the same. So as for any changes,
Mataas
in the
lang yung mga
future, I
nasa
don't know
taas eh.
if there's anything concrete.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for the question. Zoe Lord asks, is there any merit to the idea of class-specific dust for crafting?
So nothing to announce for it. That's a really good idea for how do we tackle people who are targeting specific classes. We have something pretty exciting in the pipe for that.
Bili na lang runes. Ang gulo ng explanation nila, sabi ni Idol Kelsey.
Talk more about that in the future.
Parang
Yeah,
sabi
that's
naman
something
nila
we
Idol
want.
Kelsey
That's
na
something we're gonna
hindi lang sa
gather,
crafting lalabas yung mga
soon.
runes and charms, no? Hindi lang nakalak
Yeah,
sa
for sure.
crafting.
They're all just,
Baka lalabas sa
pieces of
special
mind candy
events,
for people to suck on.
ganun,
And,
special rewards.
Yeah. Last question, I think.
So
Any
siguro maraming
change
mga
in
special events
crafting
ngayong
rate?
season 5.
I think that's important.
Abangan
to touch
natin,
on.
abangan natin.
No, not for this season. We think it's in a pretty good place. In every season, we've sort of been inflating the amount of moon shards people get anyways. Obviously, if you look at the core game, the amount of moon shards doesn't change much, meaning like how much you get from first-time rewards and all that. But through live ops, just naturally we've been getting out more moon shards. It seems like the amounts are getting higher. If you look at Atia's blessing, Atia's blessing is now increasing that amount. We give them out in the daily login calendars, the contests, some other special things kind of coming up that you'll see soon. But yeah, I think just getting more moon shards is the play. I think that's what we all want. We just want people crafting more.
Right. And
Crafting more is good because then crafting more equals more stuff you get, more stuff you can trade.
Okay.
I think that's really the Web3 play of this.
Yeah,
the
maganda-
more-
maganda
the
din
more
naman yun,
elements we
guys.
can add like missions or milestones where your daily work, your daily gameplay will help you accumulate those moon shards and help you craft.
Pero sana hindi random, no?
All
Sana
right.
merong specific na
Everybody,
level
I think
na
that pretty much does it. Thank you all so much for
ma-achieve
joining
natin, tas
Town
makakapili
Hall
tayo ng
for
runes and
Origins
charms. Uy, end na.
Season
End na.
5. I hope you were
Tapos
all
na, isang
ready
oras
for
lang.
an epic season. It'll be kicking off in just
Okay.
about 23 hours now. So if you don't have your teams ready, make sure to get your ducks in a row.
Okay.
And,
So parang 11 AM na, no?
that,
Hindi na 11:30.
I think we will be
Check
shutting this
natin
down.
bukas kung 11 AM.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much,
Kasi
Zoe,
sabi nila
Cruz,
23 hours
for
na lang.
speaking and taking the time to answer everybody's questions today.
Yun, medyo maganda.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ryan.
Kaso 400 audience lang.
I'll be playing my little blue team I'm trying to put together and see if it works.
Okay, so
Right,
tignan
good
natin
luck.
bukas, guys. Nakaka-excite, no?
Keep
Medyo
your fingers crossed
nakaka-excite
for me
din.
as well.
Fingers crossed. All right.
Tignan natin kung dadami yung daily active users.
Good luck, everybody.
Yun, tapos na, guys. So mag-wrap up na lang tayo. Nag-end na. Nice. Okay, so punta tayo dito sa view only chat. Basa muna tayo ng chat, guys, no? Thank you sa mga nakitambay, ah. Isang oras lang. Basa tayo ng chat. Asan na tayo? Corneto nga 20 Lodi, 20 pesos, 22 pesos nga, tapos weekly 16 pesos. Sana abot yan. Okay, so tapos na yung one, guys, no? Tapos na yung Townhall. Ano yung mga comments nyo? Guys? Okay, so basa muna tayo ng chat bago nating basahin yung mga tinake down ko, no? I-summarize natin bago tayo mag-end stream. Okay, so basa tayo. Bili nyo na lang hotdog. Ay, nabasa na natin yan. Asa na tayo? LB Rewards Comparison, sabi ni Idol Kelsey. Sige, tignan natin mamaya kung may time tayo. Pati yung non-seasonal na runes and charms mawawala, sabi ni Maro. Confirm natin bukas, Lods, no? Pero sabi nila, gusto nilang i-concentrate dun sa pagbigay ng moon dust tapos moon shards na rewards, no? Mas gusto nila na mag-craft tayo, eh. Gusto nila na mas mag-craft tayo ngayong season 5, no? So yung mabibigyan ng rewards dito, yung mga laging naglalaro. Kasi sila yung makakakuha ng moon shards lagi. Based naman dun sa explanation nila kanina, mas madami na yung ibibigay nila ng moon shards, no? Rewards ng moon shards. Basta laro lang tayo ng laro. Sayang di ako umabot sa Townhall, sabi ni Let's Play Game. Sabi ni Idol James, kung wala si Vinuki, sino na lang ipropromote ko? Nag-ipon pa naman ako ng medals at badges, sabi niya. Yun, si Pomodoro, Idol James. Sustain din naman yun. Pomodoro. Nakakagana lalo mag-stream, lalo na kung may streamer rewards na. Oo nga, Idol Ao ka, sana no? Sana. Nilagay ko ba dito yun? Streamers rewards, dito sa notes ko. Wala yata, ilagay natin. Streamers reward. Okay. Ngayon naman, nakasali naman tayo dun sa no? Meron kasing tawag dito. Mga streamers na group. Nakasali naman tayo dun. Sinali tayo na Idol Edumac. Kami nila GH, no? So, dun sa group na yun, parang pwede silang magbigay ng support. Halimbawa, magbibigay ng team, no? Kung meron kaming gustong tawag dito. Gawan ng content na team. Halimbawa, Topaz team. Pwede silang magpahiram ng team. Pero yun is nakaseparate dun sa main account, no? Nakaseparate yun. So, for content purposes lang yun, guys. For content purposes. Yoko sa sustain, no offense, sabi ni Idol James. Okay, so yun, guys, no? Ano-ano yung mga comment nyo dun sa mga bagong tawag dito? Bagong update, no? Bagong announcement nila. So, bukas na mag-start yung Season 5, guys. Check natin kung 11 AM or 11:30. Pero sabi naman nila, 23 hours. So, baka 11 AM na, no? Parang iisa na lang yung reset ng mga bagay-bagay. Dati kasi magulo, 8 AM, tapos merong 11:30. So, sabi nila, lahat na lang daw, pati yung tawag dito, reset ng game, reset ng daily rewards, daily missions, tapos yung start ng season, Wednesday na lang daw. Wednesday. So, 11 AM ng Wednesday. So, tawag dito. Most probably, pati yung mga events, ganun na rin siguro. Wednesday na rin, no? So, 30 million viewers. Thank you sa pagtambay, mga lads, no? So, ito yung mga tawag dito. Mga na-take down notes natin. Okay, so yun nga. Season 5, bukas na. Nag-take down notes ako dito sa phone ko. So, number 1, Season 5, bukas na, guys. Season 5, babangan natin yan. Siguro mag-stream din tayo. Tsaka sa mga hindi pa pala guys, meron tayong pag-giveaway sa Twitter. Check nyo, yung mga wala pang Twitter. Bukas ko na rin yun i-announce, no, yung winner dun. So, bale, one team yun, buong team. Isang team yun ng Anemone, guys. Check nyo yung Twitter nyo. So, malamang bukas na rin yun kasi 3 days. Pinost ko nung Sunday. Monday kahapon, Tuesday ngayon. So, baka bukas. Pag-start siguro ng season, no? After ng stream natin, or sa end ng stream natin, papamigay na natin yun. I-announce natin yung winner. So, abangan nyo. So, sa mga hindi pa nakahabol dun, no? Hindi pa nakasali dun sa pag-giveaway natin. Sali na kayo, mga lads, sa Twitter. Nandun lahat ng instruction, guys. Nandun lahat. So, follow nyo lang yung channel ko. Nandyan naman sa link yung Twitter page natin, no, sa mga wala pang Twitter. Malakas din yun, guys, sa mga wala pang team, no. Triple Anemone. Na-buff sa mga hindi nakakaalam, na-buff yung Anemone ngayong Season 5. Malakas yun pang rare era. Tsaka libre, guys. 3 Axie na yun. 3 Axie. So, sali kayo, mga lads. Sa mga hindi pa nakasali. Okay, so yun. Number 1, Season 5 na bukas. Number 2, no more balance change. Sabi nila. So, wala nang balance change, no? So, sa mga gustong bumili na ng team, sa mga hindi pa nakakabili, or sa mga tawag dito, yung mga sigurista na naghintay pa ng last minute announcement kung may babaguhin pa. Wala na daw, mga lods, wala na. So, sa atin, masaya naman tayo kasi gagana na yung leaf over potion natin, no? Leaf over potion. Na-try natin nung past stream natin, nung previous stream natin. Sobrang lakas ng leftover potion. So, pinangalanan na nating leaf over potion, no? Tawag dito, na i-scale up niya yung damage ng carrot. Yung leftover potion. Tapos, meron pa yung heal ng leaf. Kaya pinangalanan natin ng leaf over potion, no? So, masaya tayo dun. At least, kahit na hindi siguro tayo mag-rank, may enjoy natin yung game, no? Sabi nila, hindi nila babaguhin, eh. So, tignan natin. Okay? Next, sa tinake down notes natin is yung parts upgrade, guys. Mas concentrated na sila sa parts upgrade ngayon, no? So, napaka-importante nun, moving forward, yung parts upgrade. So, yung tawag dito, parang pag mas matagal mong ginagamit yung Axie mo, kasi ngayon, di ba, ginagawa natin is kapag hindi na meta, binibenta natin yung mga Axies natin. So, dito sa parts upgrade, kapag mas matagal mong ginagamit yung isang Axie, ma-upgrade mo yung mga parts, no? Which is a huge advantage din. Halimbawa, Season 9 na, no? Season 9 na. Tapos na-upgrade mo yung mga parts ng Axies mo. Mas malakas na siya kahit hindi meta, no? Papalag na siya, papalag. Okay? Next is AXS weekly mission. So, yun. Meron ng AXS, guys, sa weekly missions. Hindi lang sa leaderboard, no? So, sa past season, sa leaderboard lang tayo nakakakuha ng AXS. Ngayon, meron na ring AXS sa weekly missions. Tapos, siguro sa mga events din. Sabi naman nila, parang ayaw pa nila kasing isabihin lahat eh. Ayaw pa nilang i-leak lahat, no? Para surprise din. Pero yun yung sabi nila. Hindi na lang sa leaderboard makukuha ang AXS. Which is very good din, no? Kahit na kinumpute na ng mga kaibigan natin na 16 pesos lang daw per week. Yung katumbas ng free AXS sa missions. Malaki pa rin yun, guys. Saan ka makakakuha ng AXS habang nakaupo lang tas naglalaro? 16 pesos. Pero sabi ni Idol Kelsey, hindi daw nakakabili ng corneto yung 16 pesos. Pero tignan natin. Pero magandang simula. Magandang simula, guys. Magandang simula yun. Lalo na kapag tataas yung value ng AXS. Very nice, very nice. Okay, next dito sa tinake down notes natin. Moonshard rewards. So, tumaas na yung Moonshard rewards, no? Kasi, dito sa sunod na tinake down notes ko, no more free runes and charms. Yun yung pagkakasabi, guys, quote and quote to. No more free runes and charms. Dun sa unang announcement nila sa Townhall. Pero, clarify nila, nung patapos na yung Townhall, clarify nila na pwede pa rin silang magbigay ng runes and charms sa mga events or sa mga special rewards, no? Special missions. So, tignan natin. Halimbawa, yung tawag dito. Di ba dati sa mga events, ang pinapamigay lang nila is avatar, tapos borders. So, dito, pwede rin silang magbigay ng AXS, no? Okay? Basa muna tayo ng chat. Sana pati Atiya gawin ng 11 AM. Siguro, Idol James, tignan natin. Sabi naman dito, Idol Joey, tama ba, Lods? 20k na lang. May rewards. 20k? Check natin mamaya. Live ba, Idol? Anong live, Idol Don Villar? Yung Town Hall? Kanina live yun. Live yung in-stream natin, yung ini-stream nila. Wow, one team giveaway. Oh, Idol, let's play. Sali na kayo sa Twitter, no? Yung mga wala pang Twitter dyan, sali na kayo, Lods. Bukas ko na i-announce yung winner dun. Iisa lang yung mananalo dun, guys. Iisa lang. Isang team na yun. Isang team na yun, guys. Okay, tuloy natin yung tinake down notes ko. Yung pag-hype nila sa mga magagandang pagbabago. Sa Season 6 to Season 9, guys. Abangan natin yung Season 6 to Season 9. Yun yung hina-hype nila kanina eh. Marami daw exciting sa Season 6 to Season 9. So, hindi pa sa Season 5, no? Quote and quote to, guys, quote and quote lang. Okay, next dito sa tinake down notes natin. Yung EMAXS, no? Tapos MAXS. So, yung MAXS, parehas lang yung value niya sa EMAXS. So, meron lang letter E, yung MAXS, kasi nakukuha yung rewards na yun sa events, guys. Yun yung letter E, events. So, events, MAXS, nakakabulol. MAXS ang makukuha sa events. Yung MAXS lang, na walang letter E, makukuha sa leaderboard. So, parang para ma-distinguish lang natin, no? Para ma-distinguish lang. Pero yung value niya, parehas lang. Tapos, yung mga rewards na to is makukuha at the end pa rin ng season, guys. Kahit na merong weekly missions, daily missions, may makukuha na tayong access dun. Mapupunta lang sa wallet natin kapag end na ng season, no? Okay, so hindi natin ito makukuha daily or weekly. Sa end pa rin ng season. Okay, next dito sa tinake down notes natin, Season 5 and Season 6, wala daw bagong story mode, guys. Walang bagong story mode. Pero merong bagong starter Axie, no? Pomodoro. Paano kaya nila ma-introduce yun? Kasi sabi nila wala daw new story mode, eh. Tignan natin. Tapos, next dito sa tinake down note natin, Yun nga si Pomodoro, new starter Axie, meron ng new starter Axie, no? Bug siya. Pomodoro, para siyang paladin, no? More on heal, shield, tapos meron ding konting attack, no? So parang support siya. Sustain siya na starter Axie. So walang Vinoki, guys, walang Vinoki. Pomodoro lang, Pomodoro. So eto siya, tignan natin dito. Nandito pa rin naman sa tawag dito, view only chat, no? Eto, si Pomodoro, bagong starter Axie, no? Okay, next is, saan na tayo? Season 5, more on casual gameplay. So, nagko-concentrate daw yung team para sa mga casual players. So, siguro naglalagay sila ng mga tawag dito, pang-hype sa mga casual players, no? So, yung mga starter Axie siguro. Okay, so yun siguro inaayos nila. Kasi aminin natin dun sa V2, mas maraming casual players, no? Yung nag-grind lang sa adventure para makakuha ng SLP. Excuse me, guys. Nag-burp ako. So, malay natin, no, magkaroon din ng SLP sa adventure. Pero okay lang naman yun. Opinion lang naman. Pero maganda, di ba? Kasi sabi nila dito, more on casual gameplay, So, kung lalagyan lang nila ng SLP yun, o kaya Moonshard, yung story mode, pwede, no? Pwede. Dadami yung mga casual players. Pwede. Okay, next dito sa takedown notes natin. Buy-in tournaments. Inaayos pa daw, guys. Wala pa daw buy-in tournaments. In-game buy-in tournaments, So, pwede pa rin sila yung ginawa nila nung previous na buy-in tournament. Pwede pa rin nilang gawin yun. Pero yung in-game wala pa. Kung naalala nyo, merong banner, di ba? Merong banner noon dati ng tournament. So, bigla nilang tinanggal yun. Yun siguro yung gagawin nilang buy-in tournament in the future, no? Okay, yun. Tapos, pinakahuli dito sa takedown notes natin, dito sa notes natin, is yung streamers rewards, guys. Meron na daw rewards sa Season 5 ang mga streamers. Tignan natin kung ano. Tignan natin. So, hindi pa nila in-specify kung ano yun. So, exciting to, no? Maganda. Maraming mamomotivate na mga dating streamers siguro. Baka babalik. Or meron din yung mga gagawa ng mga bagong content, no? Bagong content creators na lalabas. New generation, ika nga, no? Tapos maganda rin para sa atin, para ma-motivate din tayo na mag-daily stream kung sakali. Pwede. Okay, so yun guys. Basa tayo ng chat. Yun, no? Basa tayo ng chat. Sayang may pasok na ako bukas, sabi ni Idol James. Pwede naman, Idol James, sali lang kayo, tapos yung mananalo, ipipm ko. Kahit wala naman kayo sa live ko bukas, no? Basta nakasali kayo sa Twitter, okay lang. Kung sakaling manalo kayo, di chat ko na lang kayo na nanalo kayo, kahit wala kayo sa live. Basta nakasali kayo sa Twitter, Lods, okay lang. Sabi ni One Side Meta, kung 6 weeks tatagal yung Season 5, bale, 300 MAXS pwede makuha, sabi ni Idol One-Sided. Tignan natin yung computation niya. Makuha tapos nasa 1 AXS yun. Top 20k equals 1.3 AXS lahat. Last season around ganun din yung makukuha ng top 20k. So parang parehas lang. Pero pag side by side siguro, makikita natin, no? Kasi parang bumaba eh. Tignan natin mamaya. So sabi ni Idol One-Sided Meta, parang parehas lang daw. Around ganun din. Okay, so check natin yan mamaya. Thank you, One-Sided Meta. One-Sided. One-Side Meta. Yun. Sabi ni Idol Irvin, may stream rewards daw, Oo nga, Idol Irvin. Sabi. Sabi nila meron daw. So maganda, no? So sa mga hindi pa nakakalam, nag-i-stream din yan si Idol Irvin, guys. Sali na kayo. Join kayo dun sa Facebook. Pero sabi niya, parang mag-iisip din daw siya kung mag-i-stream siya dito sa YouTube. Mas maganda dito sa YouTube, Idol Irvin. Mas konti yung toxic. Tsaka mas madali yata mag-stream dito sabi ni Idol GH. Okay, so maganda yun. Meron na tayong stream rewards, no? Streamers rewards. Okay, sabi naman ni Idol Maru, one-side meta. Oo nga, kailangan mo talaga magbabad maglaro para makuha yung extrang 0.3 AXS. So malaki na rin yung 0.3, no? Sa value ngayon, ano na yung value ng 0.3 ngayon? Pero tayo, nasanay na tayo sa 1 AXS is equal to 1K, no? So, kung sakaling babalik yon yung value na yon 300. Tama ba? 300 AXS. 300 pesos. Send ko na lang agad ngayon, Ronin. Address ko, Idol. Mananalo ka na ba, Ozzy? Mananalo ka? So, sa mga hindi pa nakasali, guys, maganda yun. Check nyo. Check nyo, guys. Tatlong anemone yun, triple anemone team. Maganda yun. Sa mga wala pang team dyan na malakas, no? Malakas yung anemone ngayon, guys, na-buff. Na-buff, guys. Okay, so ano pa? Ano pang gusto nyong i-clarify, guys? I-check nga natin saglit yung rewards, no? Ito yung rewards ngayon. Ito yung rewards ngayon, eh. Ito. Kita nyo ba? Kita nyo ba? Ay, Mundas to, eh. Mundas. Doon tayo sa AXS. AXS. Ay, meron pa pala. Atias Blessing, guys. Wala dito sa notes ko, ah. Doon sa daily missions, meron ding Atia. Atias Blessing Rewards. Ilagay natin sa notes natin. Baka sakaling mag-collab kami ni Idol Sensei mamaya, no? May notes tayo. So, abangan nyo yun, guys. Surprise yun, surprise. Pero nadulas na ako kanina, eh. So, abangan nyo kung sakaling papayag si Idol Sensei, no? Parang tawag dito, isa-summarize lang din namin itong Townhall. Okay, so tayo lang naman nakakaalam, no? Ilan lang tayo dito sa chat? 33 lang naman tayo, 35, 40 lang siguro yung tawag dito. Nadulas kasi ako, surprise sana yun, surprise. So, Atias Blessing. Ilagay natin sa notes natin. Atias Blessing Rewards. Meron na rin sa daily rewards, no? Ay, Atias Blessing Mission. Meron na sa daily missions. Atias Blessing daily missions. Mission. Okay? Tapos, asan yung check natin? AXS reward, diba? Ito yung hinihintay ng lahat, eh. So, ito yung AXS reward. Kita nyo ba, guys? Kita nyo? Medyo maliit, no? Pwede bang i-zoom to? Hindi pwede. So, ito, yung dati pa rin, yung mga nasa top 100 pa rin yung nakakakuha ng matataas, no? Okay, so sa rare era, okay, so sa first place, ito na lang tignan natin, yung top 1, no? Top 1. 445 MAXS, guys. Sa rare era. Tapos sa epic era, 778 MAXS, guys. Tapos sa Mystic era, eto 1 million na. 1 million MAXS sa top 1. So tayo, nagre-range lang naman tayo dito. Mula nung nag-play for fun tayo. Dati nakakabot pa tayo dito, eh. Top 200, top 100. Pero nung nag-play for fun na lang tayo, para less stress, no? Mataas na yung makukuha mong excess dito. Pero after ng season, sobrang burnout mo, tapos sobrang stressed ka. Hindi siya worth it, guys, para sa akin. Kaya nag-play for fun na lang tayo. So, dito na lang tayo nagre-range, no? Sa may top 1,000 hanggang top 3,000. So, kung tayo dito, makukuha natin is, sa rare era, kung sakali, 1.6 AXS, ay, 1,600 MAXS. Tapos sa epic era 2,823. Tapos sa mystic era 3,632. Okay, so ito yung tawag dito, parang converted na siya sa dollars, or $48.4 kung sakali. Ilan yun? Ilan ang peso ngayon? 48. Sabihin na lang natin 48 times 55, no? 55 ba? 2.6k. 2K. Meron na rin 2K. Pwede na rin. Pambili ng bigas kung sakali. Or pambili pa ng Axies, no? Para pang giveaway. Tapos sa mga kaibigan naman natin na casual lang, dito, 2,000. Tignan natin yung pinakamababa. So, 200 MAXS. Grabe naman yan. So, top 20k, no? Top 20k, guys. Yung pinakamababa na pwedeng bigyan ng rewards. So, sa rare era, 200. So, sa mga kaibigan natin, madami tayo dito sa Madami tayo dito sa 3K to 5K. Eto, dito tayo madami. Yung mga medyo may may knowledge na sa game, no? Dito tayo sa top 3K to 5K. So, meron tayong makukuhang 400 sa rare. 500, sabihin mo ng 500. Tapos, 800 sa epic. Tapos, 1K sa mystic. So, kapag dito tayo nagre-range sa 3K to 5K, meron tayong $14.50 na makukuha, guys. Yung mga kaibigan naman natin sa 5K to 10K, $7 guys. Yung mga kaibigan naman natin sa 2K to 3K, $29 guys. Tapos yung mga kaibigan natin sa 1K to 2K, most probably nandito tayo, $50 or $40. Ang maganda ito, kasi tignan nyo malayo, no? From $40 or $48 to $80. Maganda. So, ito kapag may mga malalakas tayong kaibigan, 1.3, 800 to 1,300. Ang standing, meron silang makakuha ng $80. Kapag sobrang lakas naman, yung hindi natutulog, tas maraming pambili ng comps, no? Maraming pang trial and error. O yung mga naghihintay kung anong meta, pwede. Dito tayo sa top 500 to 850. Pwede. Reachable pa rin naman to. Marami pa rin tayong mga kaibigan dito. So, makakakuha kayo ng $134, guys. Yung mga nasa taas na, yung mga na yan. Mga pro, guys. Pro. Quote and quote, pro. Pro players, guys, yung mga yan. Yung mga nasasali sa mga Axie chismis. Okay. Wag na nating let's not dive deeper into it, guys, no? Baka masali tayo sa Axie chismis ni GH. No comment. Basta yun, guys, maganda yung bigayan. Sabi naman nila, parang parehas lang daw, no? Pero para sa atin, kawawa tayo, mga nasa baba, no? Yung mga nasa taas lang talaga eh. Nasa taas lang talaga yung malaki yung rewards. Pero tignan natin kasi meron na ring rewards, AXS rewards sa daily missions tapos weekly missions. Okay. Tapos merong magpo-post guys ng comparison. Tignan din natin yan sa Twitter siguro mamaya. Meron yan magpo-post ng comparison. Okay, so tignan ulit natin. So dito, yung pag-mint pala guys, hindi ko nalagay dito. Minting fee. Sabi nila, minting fee. Lagay ko lang sa notes ko. Sabi nila, minting fee. Dati pa rin daw yung rare era. Asan na ba yun? Tama. Ano to? Ano tong start tapos end? So, 7 days pa rin, diba? 7 days yung pag-mint. So, ito yung original na price. Price ng minting. Ito ba? Ito ba yun? Asan na yun? Season 5 Rare Era. Ano to? 726. Start ng tawag dito. Start ng pag-craft. Hindi. Start ng era. So, ito yung start ng era, guys, 726. So, bukas, 726 yung start ng Rare Era. Mag-end siya sa 9. August 9. Tapos, yung Epic Era naman, mag-i-start siya sa 9. August 9. Mag-end siya sa August 23. Tapos yung Mystic Era, mag-i-start siya sa August 23, mag-end sa September 6, guys. So, eto. So, September 6, mag-end ang Season 5, no? Okay. Tapos, dito sa next na post nila, eto. Season Leaderboard, 85,000 AXS, no? Yung seasonal leaderboard. Yung Fortune Chest Events, so meron, na-clarify na dito, merong Fortune Chest Events, 15,000 AXS. Tapos, Contest, 7,000 AXS. Tapos, weekly missions, 5,000 AXS. Okay? Tapos, ito yung nakita na natin kanina. Next is yung missions. Ito. So, meron ng Atiya's Blessing. Parang yun lang naman yung tawag dito. Nilagay. Tapos, clarify din nila. Wala pang claim all button, guys. Wala pa daw. Pero maraming nagre-request nun. So, malamang sa malamang, gagawin pa rin nila yun, no? Claim all button. Kasi sobrang hassle. Pindot tayo ng pindot ng claim, no? So, yun, ayusin nila yan. Weekly missions, meron na rin. Atiya's Blessing rewards, meron. Meron tayong makukuhang points, tapos honor medal. Okay, tapos dito, eto yung weekly milestones, no? So, hindi lang SLP makukuha. Meron ng MAX, guys. EMAX. Tapos moon shards. Malaking bagay to. Malaking bagay. Okay, so eto naman yung payout rewards. Era rewards, no? So, moon dust, guys. Moon dust, no? So, kung mas mataas yung ranking natin sa isang era, mas mataas yung makukuha nating moon dust. Tapos, ancient moonstone, meron din. Moon dust tapos moonstone. Okay. So, dapat mataas lagi yung ranking natin para mas mataas yung pag-craft natin ng mga magagandang runes and charms, guys. Okay, so dito nyo makikita yan guys, no? Dito sa official Axie Infinity Discord. Punta lang kayo dito sa may Axie community. Tapos dito, view only chat. Meron yan lahat dito guys. Meron yan lahat dito. So, official na na-announce to guys. Official na na-announce yun. Official na. Official tong mga to guys. So, ito na yung minting fee. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. Sabi naman nila, wala daw pinagbago sa rare, no? So, ito sa Epic, $2.50 na lang. Sa Rune. Tapos sa Charms, $1.25. Tapos sa Mystic, $7.5. Tapos $4.5 naman sa Charms, no? So, malaking bagay to guys. Lalo na, at limited na yung Runes and Charms. Hindi na tulad ng dati na magbibigay sila ng mga free, no? So, sabi nila, ililimit nila. So, maganda to sa mga swerte. Sa mga maganda yung RNG dyan, no? Swerte sa pag-craft. Mga pumapaldo sa crafting, maganda to. Maganda to, guys. Mas malaki na yung tubo natin. Or tubo nyo, kasi malas ako sa crafting, eh. Malas ako sa crafting, guys. Isang taon ko na naglalaro, wala pa akong nakacraft na mystic, no? Okay. Next, eto nga si Pomodoro. Okay. Pomodoro, bagong starter. Isang bug na platypus, guys. Bug class na platypus. Okay. Na medyo paladin. Paladin yung gameplay niya. Healing, tapos konting attack. Pwede. Tapos ito yung daily milestone. Meron ding palang daily milestone, no? So, honor medals, 30. Wala bang MAXS dito? Wala, no? So, moon shards. Merong moon shards. Medal. Tapos class badge. Yun. Okay, so yun guys. Basa tayo ng chat. Okay, so yun yung mga diniscuss ngayon sa Townhall, guys. Basa tayo ng chat. Uy, 35 million viewers. Thank you mga lads sa pagtambay, ha. Thank you. So, i-wrap up na natin to kasi alas 12 na. Malamig na yung niluto kong munggo, guys. Kain na rin tayo. Okay, so basa na lang tayo ng chat tapos mag-end stream na tayo, no? Okay, so dito, tapos na tong kay Idol Irvin, may streamers rewards daw. Meron. Idol Maru. One side meta. O nga, kailangan mo talaga magbabad maglaro. Sabi niya, nabasa na rin natin yan. Send ko na lang Ronin address. Idol Kelo, gandang tanghali. Lods rin, sabi na Idol Kelo. Welcome, Idol Kelo. Kakapasok mo lang ba, Idol Kelo? So, sa mga tawag dito, yung summary ng Town Hall natin, nandun sa official Discord ng Axie Infinity, guys. Check nyo na lang. Idol Jamis, oo nga, Lods Irvin, nakita ko stream mo kahapon, kaso ayoko manood sa FB, eh. Dito ka na lang sa YouTube. Medyo toxic kasi sa FB, Lods, eh. Medyo toxic dun, no? Para sa mga tayo kasi, yung mga natira na kasi dito sa YouTube, yung mga game na lang, mas focus na sa game, no? Yung mga nasa YouTube, kun pa rin yung mga yun, yung mga tawag dito. More on, hindi naman one-sided. More on value ng SLP tapos AXS. Hindi lang AXS, no? SLP lang. Yung mga hindi pa naka-move on. Para sa akin, mas maganda dito sa YouTube, no? Less toxic. Pero okay lang din naman. Pinapanood ko pa rin si Idol Irvin sa Facebook paminsan-minsan, no? Support pa rin. So, i-support nyo rin, guys, si Idol Irvin Gaming. Nag-i-stream yan. Okay, Idol Ozzy sabi niya, pa-ask if na lang kami na di mo nasabi ang surprise mo, idolo. Pa-as if, oo. Kunyari, hindi nyo alam, guys, na meron kaming collab. Kung sakaling matuloy. Secret lang. Wala naman dito sa Idol Sensei, di ba? Wala. Idol Maru, luto na yung Mongolods. Oh, luto na. Nagugutom na nga ako, eh. Kaya binibilisan ko na yung pagbasa ng chat. Good morning po. Sorry, kagigising lang. Nabasa ko po sa Twitter na wala na free runes and charms. Oo, sabi nila Idol Bone Treasy, no? Pero sabi naman din nila, clarify nila na pwede pa rin daw lumabas sa mga events. So, abangan natin yan sa mga events. Parang ang gusto nilang gawin ngayon is dapat mag-grind tayo araw-araw, no? Maglaro tayo araw-araw. Tapos mag-grind tayo lagi. So, sa lahat ng events, sasalihan natin yan para meron tayong runes and charms. Sa mga malas dyan sa crafting, no? Katulad ko, may mga balat sa puwet. Sali tayo sa mga events para meron tayong runes and charms. Tapos, Napoleon Villapes. Welcome sa stream, Lods. Wala na free runes and charms. Yun, kakasabi ko lang, no? Kakasabi ko lang. Pero tignan natin, guys, kasi medyo hindi rin nila na-explain ng maayos, kasi ayaw nilang i-leak lahat-lahat, no? Siyempre, kung i-leak nila lahat, wala nang surprise, no? Wala nang sense of, tawag dito, hindi na tayo ma-excite, So, tignan na lang natin. Experience pa rin, no? I-confirm natin. Bukas naman na. I-confirm natin bukas. Masasagot na yung mga katanungan natin bukas, Lods. Okay, sabi ni Agugu, pasali, Lods. Sali kayo mga Lods sa Twitter. Bukas pa yan matatapos. So, tawag dito, basically, isusupport lang natin doon siyempre sa Idol LCRREN. Kahit madalang tayo gumawa ng videos, no, sa YouTube. Pero lagi naman na tayong nagla-live, guys. Medyo konti na lang kasi yung free time ko na mag-edit. Ayoko naman kasing mag-post ng raw video lang, no. Gusto ko ini-edit ko kasi. More on quality kasi ako, guys. Kapag hindi ko kasi na-edit, parang ayokong i-upload kapag tawag dito, low quality yung videos natin. Pero lagi naman tayong nagla-live kung sakali, Lods, no. Kung i-on nyo lang yung tawag dito, i-on nyo lang yung notification bell nyo para malaman nyo kung magla-live tayo, no. Pero sa video, siguro babalik tayo. Pero hindi pa sa ngayon. Medyo busy pa, mga Lods. Marami pang ganap sa buhay, no? So, yun. Sali kayo sa Twitter, Lods. Sa pag-giveaway natin sa Twitter. Pwede pa kayong humabol. Sabi ni Let's Play Game, 20k lang ako. So, yun. May makukuha ka pa rin, Idol, sa 20k. Magkano yung 20k? Top 20k. Ilan yung makukuha mong AXS? Top 20k. Meron ka makukuha $6, Lods. Magkano yung $6? 6 times 55. 300 pesos, Lods. May masasweldo ang 300 pesos at the end of the month. 330 pesos per season. Ay, oo nga, season. Hindi month, no? Season. Sabi na Idol Maru. Oo, tapos, nandito si Idol Warded. Hey, Boss Ren, good afternoon. Ako din, Boss, luto muna lunch habang nakikinig. Thank you, Idol Warded. Hindi ka nakahabol kanina sa Townhall. Idol Warded. So basically, guys, yung pag-giveaway natin, no, sa Twitter. Gawa na kayo ng Twitter, guys. Gawa na kayo. Basically, yung gagawin lang doon is isusupport lang natin, syempre, si Idol LCRREN, syempre. Yours truly. Tapos si Idol Sensei, guys, isusupport lang doon. Tapos syempre, si Idol Warded, guys, Idol Warded. So, support lang. So, kung gusto nyo i-support sina Idol Sensei tapos Idol Warded, sali na kayo dun, guys. Masusupport nyo na nga kami. May makukuha pa kayong Axie team, no? Okay, so sali na, guys. Sali. Bukas na natin i-announce yan, guys. Bukas. Sa start ng Season 5. So, maraming ganap bukas, guys. So, sana makitambay pa rin kayo bukas, no? Boss Warded, mag-live ka na din sa YouTube. Oo nga, Idol Warded. Sana sa susunod na collab natin, no? Pwede. Kasali si Idol Warded. Gusto rin natin marinig yung boses na Idol Warded. Siguro kaboses ni Papa P yan. Papa P. Piolo Pascual. President ng VMAX, Idol Warded. Yon, salamat, Boss Ren, sabi ni Idol Warded. Wala tayong mag-live, boss. Mag-content lang tayo ng gameplay. Yon. Support nyo, guys, sa Idol Warded. Meron din siyang YouTube channel. Flex mo ulit, Lods, bagong PFP by Sir Warded. Anong PFP? Anong PFP, Idol Joey? Malas ako sa ganyan, Lods, sa support na lang. Sabi ni Breakboard PH. Sali lang kayo, Idol. Sali lang kayo. Malay mo. Ako minsan lang ako nanalo sa pag-giveaway. Giveaway ni Idol GH, no? Meron tayong nakuhang 500 SLP ba? Duck race din yun, duck race. Nakahabol, boss. Ngayon na pala yun. Buti nagising. Akala ko gabi pa Townhall. Oo nga, ngayon umaga na eh. Gabi sa kanila. Tayo umaga. Kasi sabi nila, Idol Warded, parang isi-centralize na nila yung oras, no? 11 AM na dito sa atin lagi. Yung mga bagay-bagay, yung mga events, restart ng energy. 11 AM na rin. 11 AM na daw lahat, no? Sa kanila 11 PM. So para uniform daw, para uniform. Ha ha ha. Yata president. Yan, president natin yan sa Idol Warded sa tropang VMAX. Ay, profile pic. May bagong profile pic ka? Idol Warded. Sa Twitter ba? Sa Twitter? Sa Twitter yan. Okay, so dito na guys, no? Gusto ko nang kumain ng munggo, guys. So, thank you sa pagkikipagtambay. Ilang oras tayo? 2 hours din naman tayong nag-live stream, no? Thank you guys, no? So, bukas na yung season 5. Baka, most probably, magla-live stream din tayo bukas. So, tambay ulit tayo bukas, no? Tapos, pag-usapan natin yung mga bagay-bagay, no? Okay, so dito na tayo mag-end, guys. Kain na rin ako. Lunch na rin ako. So, sana kayo rin. Masarap ulam nyo, guys, no? Sana masarap din ulam nyo. Shoutout sa mga katulad kong munggo yung ulam, guys. Kahit hindi pa Friday. Friday or Saturday. Shoutout, guys. So, thank you, guys, no? Thank you. And stream ko na, guys. God bless. Kita-kits bukas sa season 5.